who you are as an individual can reflect in the friendships that you have. So a lot of the times people want to rush into a marriage, people want to rush into just having a significant other, being in a relationship, a romantic relationship, but don't take the time to curate their friendships. And a lot of the times, if you don't curate positive friendships and being able to have these certain skills and sharpen these skills in your friendships, then a lot of the times you seem to have fallen short in your romantic relationship. So a lot of the times you'll find yourself, especially for the folks that are married, because I don't want to use this season of us talking about singleness to take out the people that are married that are watching us. A lot of the times the folks that are married, and I can say this for myself, you realize that for example, if you're having communication issues in your marriage and you feel like you are not communicating well, you start to realize okay, it's not just my husband that's telling me, it's not just my wife that's telling me that I have this communication issue. It's not them, but you see it in every aspect of your other relationships, like your friendships with your friends, your mom, your parents. You start to see it appear in so many aspects of your life that you have no idea. For example, for me, I had this bad habit where I always wanted to be right and I always wanted to end the conversation. And this is not something that Emmanuel just told me, but it comes across in every relationship that I had, every friendship that I've had. So a lot of the times people don't like to realize that your friendships, the people that you grow up with, the people that you bond with over time, these are the people that are helping build you as a person to be able to be compatible with your spouse. So as I was watching this YouTube video of this short, and this lady was saying how she got married at 23, and basically she got married very fast, and she got married within a year, and then she had to go to med school, and her husband was a civil engineer, and they faced about 5 to 6 years of infertility. They also faced alcoholism in their marriage, and all these sorts of things that they had to face so early on in their marriage. They finally had children. She finished med school. She's now in attending and everything like that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that during that season, during those seasons of her marriage, there are things that you face that you have to be able to be a specific person for your spouse. And I think that if you're not that person for your friends in the different seasons that they have in their life, it's going to be very hard for you to be that individual for someone that you deeply love.
Friendships are not a prerequisite for you to be in a relationship. Okay? What do I mean by that? I'm saying that I don't want somebody to sit there and be like, oh, I have no friends, so now for me to get in a relationship, I got to go out and make some friends so that I can be ready for a relationship.
No, that's not what we're trying to say.
We're not saying that. Yeah. Friendship is not a prerequisite for a relationship. Mm-hmm. However, a friendship can make you more aware of who you are. Mm-hmm. Such that when you do get into a relationship, certain things may not be as much of a surprise. Mm-hmm. Right? You can be in a relationship without ever having a solid friendship before. Mm-hmm. However, the adjustment period into that new relationship will probably be rougher for you. It will be a bit more difficult because this will be your first time dealing with someone that doesn't have to put up with your nonsense.
And doesn't have the same views as you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's different. It's a different experience. And ultimately, even a relationship, the foundation of your relationship, one of the pillars of a relationship should be that you guys are good friends.
Ooh, baby.
Right? Because when you, so that means that friendship is still essential, even in a relationship. It's still during your relationship, before your relationship, friendships they have their place in your life.
Yeah.
Right?
You should be friends with your partner. I feel like I think that's like really important. Like, you guys should be friends. And I think I sent this video to Emmanuel a long time ago, and this guy asked this, like, I guess relationship expert, like, what is the most successful relationship you have ever seen? And they said companion knit love. People that are like actually legit friends, they last longer than people are that just are like more romantic relationship, more like impulsive romantics than companionate love.
Yeah, friendship is important. I do think friendship is important, and not just with your spouse, right? Friendships are important in general. At the end of the day, I like to tell people all the time, and I guess that's one of the, I'm not going to say delusion, but that's one of the things that I guess, my wife and I, when we first got married, we're like, we're just going to stick to ourselves and call it a day. Even when you get married, you still need people. I mean, obviously, you're wise about the people that you'll need, right? You don't just depend on anybody. But even when you get married, you still need people. That's not, so marriage should never make you burn your bridges.
Yep.
Right? Marriage is not something that should burn your bridges. And I remember, like, I told my wife this all the time. I remember I used to always push my wife to, keep your friends. Keep your friends. I don't want marriage to be the thing that makes you no longer have your friends. People do not believe that people of the opposite sex can be friends. But I will say it has its perks in a sense. Like, you do get an idea. You do get exposed to the opposite sex. You get a gist.
But okay, I'll let you talk. Go ahead, because I don't want to ask you a question again. That's fine.
No, go ahead.
I can see both sides of the fence when it comes to people having opposite sex friends, because you always tell me like there's a slight chance that there's a guy or the girl ends up having feelings for this person, and that's why.
Well, I never dismissed. I've never said that it. Okay.
It's a possibility.
I'll never say. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm not as gun ho as people that like to say that it's impossible. Is my point. I don't believe it's impossible.
Okay.
I do believe that a guy and a girl can be friends.
Okay.
Do I believe that can always be the case? Absolutely not. I do believe that there can be cases where one may eventually develop feelings for the next, which is possible. It's all doable.
How high is that percentage?
I have no idea. I don't think I'm in a position to say.
Okay.
You can learn a lot from different types of bonds. Like, for example, as a leader, I mentor a lot of people. And I'll honestly, openly say that me mentoring people has definitely helped me in my relationship. Right? Why do I say that? One reason I could say that, for example, is because as part of mentoring, you have to be willing to understand someone. And that's a skill that I had to just get over time. Be willing to understand. Like, don't listen with your preconceived set of notions. Listen with listen understanding that you and that person, you guys aren't programmed the same. And I feel like a lot of times that's something that people fail to do. You listen from your perspective.
Right.
You don't listen with the understanding that you and that person that's talking, you guys don't believe the same things.
Just because you guys speak the same language, it's not, you guys are not exhibiting the same things, expressing the same things.
Like, for example, my wife can tell me that she's going through something. And I can look at it from my perspective and say to myself, you know what?
She's being
dramatic. I don't even see why that's a big deal. But I can't do that. I have to be willing to say, you know what? What may not be a big deal for me is clearly a big deal for her. Let me now try to understand. And this is why, for example, anyone that gets to know me knows I ask 1,000,001 questions.
Ugh.
I ask a million and one questions. The reason why is because I need to be able to understand you. And if I don't understand you, I'm not going to understand anything that you're saying. Like, I'm not going to be able to understand. When I say I'm not going to understand what you're saying, I'm not going to understand the why behind what you're saying.
Yeah. He's going to ask you the 5 whys, the what, the where, the why.
I need to know. Like, if you tell me.
The H, the how.
If you tell me this is bothering you, I need to understand, okay, why is this bothering you?
Yeah.
Where does it come from? What does it stem from? Why does it affect you? I'm going to ask you questions because I've come to understand that I just don't think the same as someone else, right? But friendships are the only things that can make you really force you to do that. Friendships are the only thing that can force you to understand what the word empathy means.
Yes.
Friendship is the only thing that can force you to understand no, not the only thing, but friendship is a big thing that can help you understand what emotional intelligence means.
Woo.
Right? Friendship is one of the things that can help you with that. Again, I'm not going to say it's going to do everything for you, but it helps you.
Yep.
And a lot of times, I feel like and again, I personally feel like I like to sit back and yeah, anyone that knows me knows, I will ask you a million questions. I will sit there and be like, tell me, I'm listening. I want to understand. Before I sit here and say a peep, I want to understand everything. And that's why I always tell people, you can't be too emotional when you're having discussions.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, once you are emotionally driven, because think about the word, for example, emotions. When you're emotionally driven, that's your own emotions, not the person's emotions anymore. So when you are emotionally driven, everything that you're doing is based on your own emotions.
Right.
And if everything that you're doing is based on your own emotions, that other person's emotions no longer count in your head.
Right.
You don't even realize that you ignore them. You don't even realize that you pay no mind to them. You don't even realize that they mean nothing to you. Now you're just sitting here being like, why don't you understand me? Why are you not getting me? This, that, and the other thing. Sometimes it's not a matter of the person getting you. Sometimes it's a matter of you understanding that you are not the only thing that exists. Sometimes it's not a matter of why don't you get me? But sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I gettable? Like, have you ever sat down to ask yourself that? You always sitting here.
Yeah, he does that. He tends to talk really fast when he's like into it.
The person that's really sitting, like you sitting here telling, you don't get me. Are you a gettable person? Are you an understandable person? Are you someone that can articulate your words? Which is why one of the things that we'll eventually talk about when it comes to singleness is education. Because people really think that education doesn't influence your relationships. That's crazy. Because if you cannot articulate a phrase, a sentence, if you cannot put 3-4 words together, how do you expect anyone to ever be able to understand you?
I feel like if people were to listen to an argument or a disagreement that we have, they would think that we're two attorneys going back and forth. Because the way we come and try to present a case, it's like, it actually sounds very crazy. It sounds very crazy. Like, it sounds way too. I want to emphasize one thing and one thing only that you have said thus far that people may not understand, because even in my job, in my profession, that I've seen that people lack, emotional intelligence is so underrated.
Don't go too deep in that yet. We'll have an episode about emotional intelligence.
Goodness,
we can't go in deep into that yet. But it's important, guys. And I feel like ultimately we really have to sit back and understand. Like I said, there are certain things you're not going to get from the people that you live with.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're not going to get it. You're only going to get it from someone that doesn't know you. Someone that wasn't raised with you. Someone that doesn't share the same beliefs as you. And I'm going to take you one step further. You think when I say doesn't share the same beliefs as you, it means that you guys didn't grow up in the same church?
Yeah.
You guys could grow up in the same church and still have two completely different mindsets.
Right.
You guys may believe that God exists, but you guys may not believe in the way that God works in your life. Right? Because a lot of times I tell people all the time, you believe according to the testimony that you have. Right? David refers to God as a good shepherd. Right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me to lie down by the green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul, right? Why can David say that? David can say that because what was his first job? He tended to the flock. That's what he did. He knew what it meant. So he learned God to be the good shepherd. You learn God according to your to who you are, right? And this is why, for example, you have to understand it's not easy. Even if you guys believe the same faith, doesn't mean that you're compatible.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. It doesn't, just because we believe the same, it doesn't mean that we can we everything's together. And I remember there was a video that my wife shared yesterday, and I told her I 100% agree with her. And I'm going to tell you guys this now because I do believe it's very important. Compatibility is not the most important thing in a relationship. A lot of people like to believe that if I'm not compatible with you, that means that we can't work this out. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that's wrong because when I was on the dating side of the fence, on the single side of the fence, I used to think that was the case. That compatibility matters to the highest degree. It's not compatibility that matters. It's your willingness to be able to be compatible with somebody else that matters. That's what matters the most.
Right.
Are you willing to be able to be compatible with somebody else?
Are you willing to enter into their world?
Yes. Are you willing to say that the sun does not rise and set on you?
That ego.
It means a lot.
Man. I feel like we keep going back to that selfishness, that ego, that pride that people just walk around with, thinking that the world really revolves around them is like...
The world don't revolve around you,
man, bro. You will find yourself alone if you continue to believe that. You will find yourself in places that you never thought existed if you continue to believe that the world revolves around you. Like, it does not. Like, you think that pride, you don't have that grace for others, that empathy for others. You are going to find yourself ending up people not liking you and people just not relating to you, and you just find yourself like, you think that people like you and they actually really don't like you because you're just not, like, it just goes back to like the core of who you are, and you're just not a good person. Like, I literally like, so as much as you know, I think that one of the things that I found when I got into a relationship with Emmanuel is that he challenged me to be the best person that I could be. There are times and instances where he's expressed things to me about myself that were hurtful, but as much as I wanted to rebuttal those things...
Christ.
Oh.
No, not you. Sorry. We got 5 million questions. I don't see one
okay.
through all this.
I guess we got to stop this segment.
We have so many questions.
As much as he wanted to... I wanted to rebuttal him, I had to like just be understanding of those things. So, man, if I can end this little tidbit, end this little segment so we can answer some questions, leave that ego, that pride, that selfishness. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It is so important to be able to be selfless in this world and have empathy and have grace on others. Because if you don't have those things, they're going to show its rear end onto you. Like, there are times, being Emmanuel's wife, because he is a pastor and he's a youth leader, I have to learn how to be selfless. There are times where I just want him, because I'm a very territorial person.
Wataka.
I am. I like what's mine.
Oh, we know. We know. Trust me, we know.
But I had to learn.
That was a point of contention at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was. Because I think it's because of the way I was raised that it's like I really wanted something for myself.
You know what's funny? You know what? But
No, don't do that.
no. I'm not trying to get ruffle any feathers. I don't want anybody getting mad at me, so I'm gonna leave that. Never mind. Like, I'm
Can you
sorry.
tell me later what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay. I really wanted something for myself, and honestly, I had to learn how to become selfless because I was like, you know what? Other people need him. Like, other people require his attention. Other people, like, as much as I see him texting other people, calling other people, talking to other people, like, coming out of our time and all that stuff like that, like, I had to be okay with those things.
But at the same time, I do want to make one thing clear. While she is saying that, that's not a excuse for me to abuse that. So one thing I know that my wife and I we've started to try to be more intentional about our time together.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, I tell her whenever my wife's around, I keep my phone down. I'm not on my phone, and I just focus on her. Right? Whenever we're together, I focus on her, because at the end of the day, unless it's urgent, obviously. If it's urgent,
Yeah, like,
that's different.
For example, we were watching a TV show on Sunday, and like we were eating, and
Keep this out. Baby, don't move fast,
okay,
because you will expose me. And then the next thing I know, I get text be like, oh,
okay,
so
all right, I'm sorry, baby.
So no. So I really want to, like, the reason I say that is because I don't want anybody to get the impression that, okay, let me put it this way. Being mendable doesn't mean to lose yourself. Okay? Because as much as we want to talk about, obviously you shouldn't have ego. You should be able to bend, to be able to be flexible. At no point does that mean that you should ever lose who you are. Okay? I want that to be clear. So the reason I say that, like, for example, even though my wife says that she gets used to the fact that, yes, I deal with other people, I talk to other people, I interact with other people, she still has a right to put her foot down at one point. To be like, all right, this is too much. Right? And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I want to say that's okay is because at the end of the day, family comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She has the right to tell me, and we've had those conversations before, where she'll tell me, she'd be like, listen, I feel like it's going too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to remind yourself, as much as you are in ministry, your house is still your first ministry. At times, and that's why I guess it was a very big adjustment curve for us. On my part, I want to say adjusting to understand what it means to balance the two. On my wife's side, understanding what it means to balance the two, essentially.
I feel like because I gave so much of that growing up that I didn't want to sacrifice that when I got older. It's not like I wasn't capable of doing it. It's just because I was like, I've already experienced that and I don't want to experience it anymore. I think that's the reason why I felt the way I felt.
Wataka. So, right, what happened was,
my mom is an amazing woman. She is a minister woman. We've had people come into our house at 3:00 in the morning that she has to pray for. Like, I've experienced all of those things. And I'm not saying that, like, those things make me hate the fact that she was those things made me hate the fact of ministry. It just made me aware of, how involved ministry can get into your marital home. And honestly, like, that was one of the contentions for me of getting married to Emmanuel, because I didn't want my kids to experience that. Like, I understand how, like, I see how busy Emmanuel is now, like, with the podcast and the church and the youth ministry and all these things. I understand it and I respect it and I love him for those things. But I grew up with that. So I understood, like, people knocking on my mother's door at 3:00 in the morning asking for prayer. Like, not just calling, knocking on her door. Like, I remember those days. And I can also say to you, if it wasn't for those days that my mom was faithful unto God, I wouldn't be where I am today. My brother wouldn't be where he is today. So we respect that about that. But at one point we were like, I don't know if we want that for the rest of our lives. And, you know, you make plans and God laughs.
No, I mean, I guess that was always one thing I found funny when we first got together. I remember when we first got together, in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm with someone that grew up with someone in ministry, so that person will understand me. And then I realized it was more so this person just doesn't want to be with me, not because of me,
Yeah.
but because of, she's like, I don't want to relive the first 20 years of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
It was
like
cool
I said,
and all, but I don't want to do this again.
yeah, so like I said, it was a balance that we had to tread. And we're still working on it. I'm not going to pretend like we're perfect. We still work on it. But it's one thing that, you know, we try and implement things for ourselves. Like, for example, when my wife is home on weekends, I try to make sure that I don't stay out, you know, even if I go to temple, I don't stay out in the temple long. I don't talk to people long. Once I do what I got to do, I come home. Sundays, church, come home, so that I could spend time. We could spend time together. So we say this to say that I don't want anybody to believe that in any bond that you have to bend 100%. That's not true. As far as I'm concerned, you guys both have to bend, and if you guys both bend enough, you guys will meet each other in the middle without either completely losing themselves. Right? And I feel like that's a balance that takes time to strike.
Right.
And that's why I said the most important thing about you being about a relationship is, are you willing to be are you willing to work to be compatible with someone?
Right.
That's what matters most. Right? Are you willing for that? Is that okay? Is that something that you're okay with? And like I said, this is why we had this question a long time ago. Which one's more important? Do you love who you marry? You marry who you love. Right? It's important that you know every day you have to intentionally make the choice to love someone. And like I said, our love for each other is what allows us to want to make this work. Right? And it makes us have those tough conversations.
It goes back to what we said before. Our first advice that we got prior to us getting married, it was adjustment.
You know, my wife, like I said, it's adjustment. My wife will tell me, listen, I do feel like you are too involved with the youth right now, that there has to be a time for me. And I hear her out, you know.
So like, I was at this movie theater, right? We was having this big get together, this family get together, whatever. I see an old friend of mine. He comes talking, and his girlfriend tried to friend's girlfriend. He came talking to me. I told her like, leave me alone, this is my friend's girlfriend, and she kept on talking. She decides to come talking to me, flirting with me or whatever. You okay? You sure?
I'm fine. Just checking the time.
Alright. Hours into the party, here comes my friend, comes doing this. She put her hands on my chest and she's trying to caress me. And here comes my friend yelling at me, screaming at me, begins to flirt with me. And she begins to touch me. I told her, leave me alone, you're my friend's girl, and I don't think we should do it. I told him.
I I'm so sorry. I actually have to be somewhere right now. This was great. This was so great. It was good meeting you though,
But you didn't even finish your food.
I'm not hungry. You can finish it though. It was nice meeting you. Alright. Good. Oh, let me call Mika.
What's up?
Wait, you gotta call B. He went on that date today.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Girl, you will not believe the date that I just had.
What happened?
Why is he calling me?
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
not much, man. Just in bed. What's up?
Nothing. Yo, we know about your date. Was calling to ask how it went.
Yo, that date was fire, bro. I think she's the one.
You sure?
Oh my god, it was terrible. Like, terrible.
He was nice and all, but I don't know. There was something about him. It was just terrible.
I mean, yes, bro, I promise you. The second date guarantee.
You sure?
Yes, bro.
Bro, you positive?
Absolutely. Yo, she's 5 foot. She's Christian. She's Haitian, too. She's beautiful. Like, nah, she's the one for me.
It was that bad?
Yes, like he just kept talking the entire time.
She likes to, like, listen a lot. Like, she was really respectful, too. Like, that's really what I want a lot.
And I don't know. As soon as our food got here, I had to leave. And that's not even like me, but
As soon as our food came, she had to go. And I was like, okay, but like, her food just came, but it's whatever.
I had to get out of there.
How did you like him?
I mean, he was Haitian, but he wasn't Christian. And that's really what's important, you know? I don't know. I just needed something. I just needed to talk to somebody. But I have no idea what to look for in a guy. I just need help.
But I promise you, the date was fire. Second date guarantee. I promise, bro.
You positive?
Absolutely, 100%.
Alright, bro. We're gonna hold it on you. We're gonna hold you to that, bro.
And we're back, and we are back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Christian Silence. Real talk, real issues, real faith. Where real talk meets real faith. We're your hosts, co-hosts. My name is Emmanuel.
My name's Abigail.
Welcome back to another episode, guys, of Breaking Christian Silence. Breaking the silence,
One conversation at a time.
At a time. It's not multiple, one conversation at a time. We do what we do the way we know how to do it. As best as we can, you know. We try our best. But welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
We back. We back. It's been a while. It's been a whole 7 days, guys. A whole 7 days. It's been a whole 7 days. It's been a long time. A whole 7 days. But we're here. We're glad to be back. We're glad to be back after another week. You know we're not good, we're not deserving, but we thank God for a week that He's provided us, that He's given upon us. We thank Him for His presence, for His faithfulness. We thank Him for His mercy. We thank Him for His love and His kindness. We thank him for giving us this opportunity once again to come before him. Even in a podcast, guys, no matter the setting, we give God all the glory. All the glory belongs to him and to him alone. And we back, happy to be back. As you can see, we're BCS head to toe. Well, head to waist. I guess we gotta get some BCS pants, BCS sweatpants in the near future. But you know, we got BCS. I'm hoping everybody out there had, for those that have their BCS merch, like I said, it
Are
was
you
great to
wearing
see.
them?
I saw one person had merch on today. They sent me a picture. It was great to see. Like I said, it's great to see all you guys in your
BCS
merch.
Tuesday.
BCS Tuesdays, ladies and gentlemen. So it's great to see you guys all in your merch. It's great to see you guys in your merch. I don't know.
I feel like everyone's not here today. People are trickling in.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. A lot of people are like, I guess it's.
Where the people at? Where the people at?
Yeah, if we're gonna talk to ourselves tonight, we talk to ourselves
I
tonight.
guess we
bro.
talk to ourselves tonight.
It's okay.
That's
we
okay.
talk to ourselves. We talk to ourselves. I don't think we may not have any questions either. So we'll talk to ourselves. We could
You
talk
don't have
to
any
ourselves.
questions?
I mean, if we go talk to ourselves, then there'll be no questions.
Okay,
That's what I'm
true.
saying. We'll talk to ourselves. You feel me? But now that we're here. I did see someone. Someone did show me their BCS gear today. I thought that was cool to see. It was nice.
I was
to
definitely
see.
wearing my BCS gear, doing laundry and doing wifely things. So, but I'm always wearing my BCS gear when I'm going to do laundry and stuff.
BCS is it. BCS is it. So we're happy for those that got their BCS stuff. I'm hoping you guys are repping BCS wherever you go. We need you guys to help us, right? Merch is a way to get the name out there. People, I'm sure that when you're walking on the street, people are reading your shirt, your front, your back, and everything. I know that's happened. That happens to me all the time. People are always looking at me from head to toe to see what's going on. I tell them I'm just breaking the silence. Nothing crazy. I'm just breaking the silence. It's calm. It's a calm mood. Just breaking the silence, one conversation at a time. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to be here. This is I think it's our last podcast in November.
Yeah.
Next week we won't have BCS. I know it's Thanksgiving weekend, so sorry.
Yeah.
So we want everybody enjoy your time with your family, with your friends. Be thankful. It's a month of Thanksgiving, so we won't be here next Tuesday. We'll leave that for you guys to enjoy time
With your family.
For those, if you're taking time off, if you're going away, whatever it is that you're doing, definitely enjoy it.
The year is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
It's coming to an end. I remember when I went to go get my makeup done 2 weeks ago. My hairstylist was like, "Wow, this year went by so fast," because that's the last time I saw her was last year for your 30th birthday. And she was like, "Dang, what have you learned this year?" So the year is really coming to an end. Those questions are coming about. So it's exciting.
It is. It definitely is. It's
Yeah. December is right around the corner. Babe is getting a little older, a little gray, I love a little salt and pepper action.
That's just weird. But yeah, the best month of the year is upon us. It's coming next month.
I don't know if it's the best month, but
it is the best month. The best month of the year. It's not even a debate. I'm tired of people trying to debate it. December.
I guess because it has Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas.
December is it.
Is it because of Christmas?
December is just it.
And your birthday?
I mean, when did you get married again?
I don't remember.
December, man. December is it. It's not. I'm not trying to brag, but December is it.
December. We only got married in December because I was in school.
God did everything the way He saw it fit, and He saw it fit to make sure that He did it in a way so that you get married in December.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I did not want to get married in December. I wanted to get married in August.
Man plans, God laughs. He saw it
Only
already.
because of the fact that I didn't want to blend your birthday with our wedding. You know what I mean? So that's why every year I try to make it really special for you.
I understand. I do.
I hate the fact that it's a day apart. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest con.
I mean, it's crazy that my birthday this year falls on a Sunday. the first year that we start going to church, and then my birthday
It
falls on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But I got a surprise for you, baby. I got a surprise for you.
Don't worry. I told Susie I'm already going to hurt her.
I got a surprise for you. Not even on just that day. The next
I'm
day.
Hurt Susie. Don't worry.
You know, after church,
I'm
you could tell
Susie.
the Bible study folks that day is for me.
No, my bad. My last day of Bible study is the 14th.
Okay.
After that, there's no more Bible study. 21st and 28th, no Bible study those 2 Sundays.
Okay. Well, we got, we're going to go to your favorite place. Because I don't think that I can go anywhere else but that place because you love that place. So,
steak out there like $500.
Yeah. You don't want to. I don't want to take you to another place and you're thinking about that place. I feel like that's what you would do. I'll be like,
I'll never forget that time you took me to that French place. My God. Like, I loved you, babe, but that portion size was so small. Like,
I had to order you another steak.
I left hungry. And then
Where I get you 2 steaks, babe.
And when we left to go straight to the temple, I feel like that was the worst part about it.
Yeah.
I
think I had to go to work the next day, so I didn't go with you.
We went straight to the temple to go for Kuidemini.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And that's when I violated your mom on the mic. I'll never forget that.
Oh, when you said something about her weight, she wasn't this big before. And I mean, she proved you wrong this year. Yeah, you can't say nothing to my mama now.
I mean, she wasn't like this. I don't care what you're trying to say. She wasn't like this when she was. Like,
yeah, she was very small.
Back then, she was like Becky says, and now she.
I don't know. I would more say she's like more like Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah. No one could really be Becky says, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like she was more like Elizabeth.
No, it's alright.
All right, so we're back. We were just chatting because you guys were not here, and we were like, all right.
I told you we're talking to ourselves today. We're talking to ourselves. Today we're talking to ourselves.
Make sure you guys get the merch. Make sure you guys are supporting. Make sure the people that are supposed to be RSVPing that have not already and is going to come join us in the conversation live in action on December 20th. Make sure that you
20th, guys.
reserve.
December 20th.
I am so excited, so nervous. I'm very nervous because I'm not a public speaker. So I'm gonna let Emmanuel. That day I'm gonna be really quiet. Like I'm gonna be real reserved.
No, man. December 20th, guys. December 20th. Yeah. RSVP.
Yes.
RSVP, guys. December
Susie,
20th.
thank you. She put the link in the the comment section. So please, please trickle in and make sure that.
Her name.
She said it during Bible study last week.
She did. Kayla, there we go. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Kayla.
See, my memory not that bad.
It's alright. It's working a little bit. She didn't see you on Sunday, so this is my wife.
Hello.
Now you see my wife for the first time.
Nothing special. Then yeah, so make sure you guys are reserved for December 20th. We want to see everyone there. We're excited to see you guys. We just want to have a big conversation with everyone. I'm a little nervous. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but mostly nervous because of the fact that, I'm not really a public speaker like that. Emmanuel is the public speaker. He's the wordsmith of the family. He's clearly tired. He's the wordsmith of the family, so...
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm okay. I think I'm an average person. I'm not like, ugh, God, when you see me in a room, like, oh my God, she's so pretty. Like,
Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate you for saying that. Yes. Make sure when you watch on December 20th, you'll see even more.
I'm thinking about getting my hair done. I was thinking about getting my makeup done, but I was just like,
I don't see the point of all that, man.
Really?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna get my hair done though. I'm gonna get my hair done. I'm not gonna get it I'm not gonna get it straight. I'm gonna do something.
You sure? Never mind. You know what? I gotta.
They love it when my hair is straight. They love it when my hair is straight. My mom loves it when my hair is straight.
That's a fact.
She thinks I'm prettier when my hair is straight. She don't like my hair when it's curly.
I realized.
Yeah. She doesn't. I don't know. But I like my hair. You like my hair when it's curly.
I do.
You like me in ponytails a lot. Like you like me when my hair is slicked back in a ponytail. Like that's your favorite look on me. You've always told me that.
You mean like this?
Mm-hmm.
No, man. Yeah, I definitely like you.
Okay, so what is your favorite hairstyle on me?
I like your fro butter.
You like my fro?
Yeah.
You like my little my little thing, like when it's slicked and like the whole
Yeah,
the puff?
you got the puff on top.
You like
Yeah,
the puff?
that's my
Okay.
favorite.
Okay.
Yes.
It gives you nostalgia.
Hmm?
It gives you nostalgia to when it's like when I first started my.
No, that's just my favorite.
Okay. I didn't
It's,
know that. I really thought it was a ponytail.
no.
Um. Okay. Well. Anyway, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little excited about December 20th. You know what I mean? And I like literally. I don't want to sound bad, but I didn't really take it seriously. I don't know why I didn't take it seriously, but I didn't. And then when people started texting me and telling me like God's revelation, I was just like, oh shoot. I guess I gotta take this seriously. I guess this is really what God has in store for us. Emmanuel, then he looks at me side eye, be like, okay, God's been telling you, but you just don't listen. But anyway, we're excited to be here with you guys today, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna pray, and then we're gonna get started. Today we have a topic that we would like to bring up. As always, we always want to see you guys comment in the comment section and come have the conversation with us, because that's the only reason why we are live, is because we want you guys to engage in the conversation. Otherwise, we could have just pre-recorded it and set it up, and that would have been easier for both of us, honestly. So, um, please engage in the comment section. We would love to see everyone engage in the comment section. So, take your time and talk about it with us. But today's topic is self-esteem. So, let's get into it. But before that, we're gonna pray. Baby.
God, we thank you, we worship you, we honor you. We give you all the praise and the glory that you so rightfully deserve. Thank you once again for allowing us another Tuesday. And we ask you, oh God, that you take first place, take control, have your way, cover, protect us, be with us, arm us, guide us, and let your name be praised, God. We thank you, we honor you, we praise you. In your holy son's precious name we pray.
Amen.
Amen and amen, amen, amen. Guys, make sure you're sharing. I want to see everyone. I haven't seen people yet. Make sure you guys are sharing. There's one person that was here last week. She really enjoyed it, actually. I forgot her name, too.
Bow, bow, bow.
I think she came with Shirley. I was Shirley's friend. I forgot her name.
Sorry, baby. I had to move the iPad because I could not see.
I forgot her name.
Nasty Nas is wild name to be putting on the internet.
I forgot her name. She was Shirley's friend. But I don't even think Shirley's here. Shirley probably disappeared, too. I can't remember. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. Who the heck is Nasty Nas?
We already know she's be getting buck wild, crazy.
No, there's somebody Shirley invited last week, but I can't remember the name.
All right, baby. We gotta.
You're right.
Get
All right,
the
guys,
task
let's get
on hand.
started. Let's get started. You know, let's get started. We'll go dive in.
We really gotta focus on finishing on time and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Jesse,
there we go. Yeah, I haven't seen her. I didn't see her. Shirley, make sure you share the love, man. You're not doing your job. You gotta share the love. All right. So, verse for today, guys. As you guys know, we start with a verse. We're gonna be talking about self-love, self-care, self-esteem. That's what we're gonna talk about for today. Again, remember what we're doing now. We're talking about the different things. You know, a lot of people like to talk about relationships. We like to talk about, we want to dive into a relationship. We want to, you know, be with somebody. But again, singleness is important.
the season of
The
single.
season of being single is very important. It's something that you definitely have to take advantage of as much as you can. And we're looking at, you know, the different things to do during, you know, while you're single, different things to focus on. And today we're going to focus on the importance of self-love, self-care, loving yourself. You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, man. If you don't love yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to sustain a relationship too well. So for those that have questions, again, Instagram is up. You can definitely go on Instagram, our Instagram page, put in your questions. If you look on our status, put in your questions, you'll find the link there. You can put in questions, or as always,
text the Google number.
Text the number that you see at the top left on your screen, right above my wife, 347-948-4650. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today: self-love, self-care, self-esteem. You got to take care of you. You got to take care of you. You can't, like, no one can take care of you the way you can take care of you.
Hmm.
All right.
I have
So
a little like story time.
we'll do story time. We'll read our verse first for today, and
Hmm.
then we'll do story time. So we're going to read from Psalm 139. We're going to read from Psalm 139. Well, Psalm 139. Again, as
Can I read?
always, we got a verse. Huh?
Can I read?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hmm.
So we got a verse every week that goes over our topic. Psalm 139, guys. Psalm 139. We're just going to read verse 14. Psalm 139, verse 14. 139, Psalm 139, verse 14.
Dang, why does this keep doing this? Okay.
Technical difficulties.
No, it's like pressing on Job and Proverbs. It's like it's not pressing on Psalms. 139 verse what?
14.
Okay.
139, guys. Psalm 139, verse 14. What are you doing?
Killing him.
Oh.
Um.
Psalm 139, verse 14, guys. Anytime now.
Hi, Kevin. All right, ready?
Anytime now.
I will praise you for I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well.
Fearfully and wonderfully made, guys. That's what I want us to take from this.
I
You
should
are
have brought out my Bible because
fearfully,
I hate that version.
fearfully, and wonderfully made. All right? But my wife said she got story time, so I'll let you take it away with your story.
Okay, so I remember like when I first started working, I had a coworker. She was like, "Oh wow, you have like
They need to
such
see
a."
you, babe. They need to see you. They can't see you.
No, babe.
Yes, they need to see
I'm
you.
having a conversation with you.
Yeah, but they want to see you.
Okay.
People want to see you.
And okay, I guess I should move back then because I look crazy on camera. And
The camera's over
okay,
there.
and
No, this one. The one with the green light. The one with the green
oh,
light.
the one with green light. Okay, okay, and then what happened? Okay, so I was at like when I first started working, and then me and some of my coworkers we got really cool. And one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, like I know why you like, cause I've always put myself at a higher standard. Like I always put myself at a higher standard, and I always felt like I deserve better. And I always put myself at like, okay, I keep myself at a certain level because this is what I feel like I deserve, and this is the things that, and what you deserve is like what you will attract to yourself." So my coworker is like, "Oh, why are you always like this? Like, why are you a type of person that is like, you don't go for the lesser than, you don't go for anything else, but you go for what's great and what you think is good for yourself?" She's like, "I think it's because of your husband." Like, she's like, "I think it's because a man like your husband has chose you." And I was like, no, like, I was this delusional when Emmanuel met me. Like, I was this, I had this self esteem when Emmanuel met me. Like, I wasn't this person just because of a man. I wasn't this person because of anyone else but my parents, mostly my mom, and how she treated my brother and I. And that is the reason why I feel the way I feel about myself, and I feel like I'm that girl. Like no one can ever take that away from me. Not because of a man and not because of who he is and like what he does and that he chose me, but because of the fact that my mom instilled this in me from young. And I think the story time is actually really important because a lot of the times if you don't have this feeling about yourself, like this, that you know that you are wonderfully and beautifully made by God, you tend to make bad choices. You tend to rear onto the other side, And I think that the reason why I have such a standard of myself is because of the fact that my mom instilled in me that God made you beautiful. God made you, and he didn't make any mistakes. So if you are around my family, a lot of my family members are very we're all very pretty confident in ourselves. A lot of us are. So I think that that's like such an important factor that you need to have. So that's my little story time. How'd you feel about that, baby?
Hmm?
How'd you feel about that?
What do
You
mean?
you felt you did you feel like I was delusional even when you met me? Like I was always felt like I was, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you always felt like I was like you know how some people like when they get with a man they start acting different? Like they start like, oh, now they feel like they're uppity.
No, no, I wouldn't say that was you. You weren't like that.
Delusional.
You were always a very interesting person.
Okay, thanks, babe.
A very interesting person. But no, I mean, self love, self
Mhm.
care, yourself.
Mhm.
I think. Remember, guys, when you go into a relationship, it's two people that are coming together, right? Because it's two people that are coming together, there's always going to be, either can drag the other down and either
Mhm.
can pull the other up,
Mhm.
right? You should always aim to not be the one that's going to drag your relationship down.
Right.
You should always fight to make sure that who you are isn't going to be the one that's going to pull your relationship down to zero,
Mhm.
right? You want to fight for that.
Mhm.
So, with that said, I want us to think to, like my wife said, that was her story time. Um,
You have a little story time yourself.
no, I didn't plan any stories. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Apologies.
I feel like this is your topic.
Why? Because I hated myself?
Why you gotta like you went from to like come on.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were trying to imply.
That wasn't what I was trying to imply. But I'm saying like this is your topic. Like you've gone through like if anyone knows Emmanuel personally, like you've gone through a journey. So like this is something that you can speak about. I mean, I could speak about it as well because I've definitely had my moments. But I'm just saying to you that I feel like this is something that you have like for the past 7 years that I've been with you, you have tremendously grown. So, and how does that play into our marriage today? Like how does that play into our relationship today? What are those factors? Like what are those things that you realize your self-esteem issues caused back then? Like what were the problems that they had? So that's what I'm saying, like a little story time when you realize, all right, hey, I had low self-esteem and I have to rise above this. And how did you fix that?
I mean,
Like when was the day that it was like, I know I don't feel myself and this could definitely hurt my relationship.
so for me personally, I would never say, I guess there was never a moment for me, I guess, while I was single that I understood how bad low self esteem could affect a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I had multiple moments in my life where I felt and realized that low self esteem may not yield the best results, right? So, I guess a little background about me growing up. Um, I I was never like the most popular person. I was never the most liked person. I was never anyone's favorite per se,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the environment that I was in, whether it be school, whether it be well, at the time it wasn't work, but soccer. I did karate. I church. Well, temple. I didn't do church. No matter where it was, no matter what I did, no matter where I went, I can't really say I ever was. I was never that guy, what people like that
Like
like to class him.
you or him.
Yeah, I was never that. That was never me.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually always at the bottom for the most part. I was always in a corner. You wouldn't find me. You wouldn't see me. You wouldn't really look for me. I definitely did my best to always stay low key. Um, and so many things contributed to that, right? Um, I I didn't really believe in who I was. The only thing I believed about myself was just about when it came to my grades. I always knew my grades were always going to be good. I was always first in my class for years. Um, I Math was my favorite subject. I did math B's, you know, state math B's outside of my school, all that kind of stuff. I Soccer obviously was big for me. I love soccer. I played soccer a lot. Did a lot of up and down and stuff like that. So, but hey, I that was it. That was as far as it went for me. I didn't trust him. I didn't really believe in myself when it came to what I looked like. I didn't believe in myself when it came to my character. I didn't believe myself when it came to who I was as a person. I didn't really feel like I was the best guy out there. I didn't feel like that. So many things contributed to that. Number one, I mean, when you're around people and everyone makes you out to be the black sheep. Everyone makes it kind of clear that we don't want you around. I always thought there was something wrong with me, and I guess what sometimes made matters worse was that I felt like for a good chunk of my life, it felt embarrassing more so because my parents seemed like they had a bit more than I did. In the sense, like I always knew my dad was always like the life of wherever he went. Um, my mom wasn't like that type of person, but I mean, she got attention for the most part. I mean, when I look at her pictures when she was younger, I mean, I understood. Had her friend group and all that kind of stuff. And then so it's like when I looked up to my parents, seeing what they were and how they were, and I looked at me and seeing the way I was going, I was like, man, I must be adopted. Like I really felt like maybe I was not like I just didn't get any of the good genes, right? It was pretty bad because then I mean my sisters and I started to go to the same school, and I hated that for a while. Not necessarily because I didn't want to be around them, but I never wanted them to see their brother that way. I never wanted them to see their brother that way. I never wanted them to see their brother as someone that nobody liked, nobody wanted to be around, et cetera, et cetera. So I mean, and I guess at one point I started to try and I went I underwent so many different personality changes, if you will. Like I did a lot to try and fit in, changing who I was or the things I believed in.
Like your core values.
Yeah, anything that would allow people to be to like me, if you will. I changed the people around me. I did a lot to change, to see what I can do. Nothing worked, obviously. I remember there was a time I thought that people would pity me, right? So I used to be very outgoing about how I felt about being, feeling like I was always a black sheep. I used to think that would get me some sort of attention. That obviously didn't work. So I I guess there came a point I started to realize because after speaking to people from time to time, I started to realize that no one was going to like me the way I was. And I feel like this is one of the biggest things I've come to learn about self-love and self-care. It is really true when they tell you to love yourself first. It's very true. Loving yourself first allows it attracts you.
I'm so sorry.
What?
Jamaica is so beyond disrespectful, bro.
Bro, I'm not gonna pay attention to her. I mean I do feel like at the time it was I started to learn and realize that self love actually does matter. And I guess the very first, I don't want to say the very first person. I'm not gonna say that because that's not right. But I guess I was also I also was the type of person to not really believe that in the love of my parents, because I always said to myself, oh, they're my parents, so they're gonna have to love me no matter what. They're my mom, they're my dad, and they're going to love me. Um, So I just wasn't sure. I left it alone. I was just like, okay. But I remember um, in the temple that I go to, there was one woman who I'll always appreciate. And I know she's not watching, but I always appreciate her. Her name is Serivos. I appreciate the life out of her because she was, I want to say, the one that kind of tried to wake me up to understand to take care of myself. Um, and it was crazy that it took so long to find that for me. Considering I grew up in a church, I grew up in that kind of community, but I don't feel like I got that person to kind of really make me see myself differently. I think I was about 17, 18, around there, around somewhere in that window, where she really, and she wasn't rich or anything like that, but I remember she came a point where she was like, no, you got to start getting a haircut. You can't keep waiting, because I used to wolf it out at that point. Like I just didn't care. I would get my hair cut maybe like once every other month. Like I didn't. And the worst part for me is my hair goes super fast. I again, if for those that know my sister Esther and then my mom, that's where I get my hair from. So my hair grew super fast. Like my hair, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love how fast my hair grows, but it grows and it's thick. So it's like I don't know how many combs my hair has broken. Like it's insane. So she used to always tell me, you got to go to the barbershop. You got to get a haircut. You got to try at least. And I always respected it because I mean the barber I went to I thought was terrible, but it was the effort and the thought that counted for me. Personally, would I ever go back to that barber? Absolutely not. Would I ever recommend that barber to someone? Absolutely not.
Do you remember the?
Yeah, of course, I remember the barber very well. I would never go back. I've been to multiple barbers. He was one at one point. I used to go to Billy for a while. Then what happened. So no more Billy. Um, then I went somewhere else, and then after that, the barber that I have now, I've been with for about 4 to 5 years
I think
ish.
since we've been together.
Yeah, just yeah,
Because I
cause
feel like Peter.
yeah, Peter got me onto that one. So so pretty much from that point on, I kind of was just like, all right, that kind of kickstarted it for me. That kind of kickstarted for me. To kind of say to myself, you know what, to start to take care of yourself, right? Self love, guys. I would honestly say one of the biggest things I feel like is very important for you to do in your single season is to be comfortable in your own skin.
Mm.
You have to be comfortable with who you are. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Because comparison is of the devil.
Comparisons will exist. The world will make you feel like who you are may not be enough.
Yeah.
Right? For example, there was a time, I don't know about now. I don't know what is it now, but when I was, in high school and middle school, what was it back then was light skins. Light skins were it. That was
The dark sis is in now, baby.
I'm not going to talk about now, but back then light skins were it. Like if you were like light skinned Dominican boys at the time, Spanish guys, well, I won't say necessarily Puerto Ricans, because Puerto Ricans were a bit dark, but yeah, kind of Hispanics, like Dominican guys and girls, they got it. Like for some reason they loved Hispanics. So it's like they made you feel like if you weren't Hispanic, you just weren't it. Like if you were black, you had uh, your texture of your hair, everything like that. They just did not. It wasn't you. Hispanics were it back then. Like I said, I'm not gonna speak for now. For those that are growing up, the little babies growing up now. So I don't know for now, but back then, a light skin like a Hispanic was everything. Like so, the world will make you feel like you're less than. You know, and I will personally say that I didn't judge myself based off of who I saw. I judged myself based off of what the world saw that I portrayed. And that is what shaped my mindset of who I was. not who I saw in me, but who the world saw in me. And that formed my opinion of who I was, right? Who I was not based off of who Emmanuel thought he was. Who I was based off of what my school thought I was, what my church environment thought I was, what everyone out there saw I was. That's who I believed myself to be. I believed myself to be based off of who the world saw me to be. And I feel like that is what drove my self-esteem straight through the ground. Right? The only time that the only way that you can really start to build your self-esteem or have self-love and have self-care is when you stop formulating your opinion of you based off of everyone else's opinion of you.
Yeah. What the standard of beauty is out there.
Exactly. It's important to make your own trends. Make your own trends. Like for those that are out there right now, Nike Tech was a big thing. Now you got quarter zip all over the world, which I think is one of the most stupid trends I've ever seen. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But now quarter zip, like everyone's quarter zip this, quarter zip that, quarter zip this, quarter zip that. Now BCS is supposed to have quarter zip merch. Everyone wants to merch with quarter zip. Everything quarter zip, quarter zip, quarter zip. Now you got all these people pretending like all of a sudden quarter zip is what they are. They've always been. I'm like, come on, man. You can put a lipstick on a pig, but a pig is always going to be a pig. Like, I'm sorry. But, quarter zip. Everyone like quarter zip now. But be the trendsetter. And it's hard. Like, I remember when I was in high school. My dad was always, he always believed in, always presenting yourself the right way. And, my dad was very, I guess both my parents went to private Catholic school when they were younger. So they always had uniforms, right? So I remember I got into high school, public school, and you don't really have a uniform. You can dress however you want. So when I first started high school, they made sure that, you still going to school with a button-down shirt, making sure you had a pants.
Ninth grade, they didn't you do that?
When I say button-down, I don't mean like tucked in. It wasn't tucked in. But, you had to make sure you're presentable and all that stuff, right? So I remember the first couple of days I started going to high school, and I had this guy that I knew, one of my soccer buddies, that I knew from before I got to high school. So he was the one guy that I always stuck to when I first got there. I'll never forget him. And when I first got to school, I remember, it's funny enough, his mother was Asian. And Asian don't play. So every time he used to go to school, he used to come to school one way.
With the extra clothes.
And then when he got to school, he changed.
I know a lot of girls that used to do that in my high school.
I mean, I still know girls that do that up to this day, but we're not going to put them on blast.
I know a girl I was real cool with. I used to come to the temple that I used to do that.
Anyway, so he used to come in all the time. He changes clothes, and he started wearing sweatpants. Every day was sweatpants. And I used to come up to him like, bro, why are you doing that? He's like, bro, my mother's Asian. She'll never allow me to come to school with sweatpants on. And I'm like, but why sweatpants? He's like, because I'm comfortable. He's like, I'm like, so, but because, at the time, there was True Religions, all these stupid jeans back then.
Nudies.
Yeah, all that job. So I'm like, why don't you wear those jeans that are in style? He's like, why do I care? I want to be comfortable. So that stuck with me. And I remember there came a time.
So I guess that's why you got into
That's
sweats?
when I started wearing sweatpants so much.
Wow.
And to the point, I wore sweatpants so much. You know how they have like the Jordan 3s, the 4s? People at my school used to clown me. Back in the day, obviously, I had my old name, right? So they used to call it like the Manny 3s, the Manny 4s. That's how I used to call sweatpants. They used to clown me for that. They used to call the sweatpants the Manny 3s, the Manny 4s. And I remember...
Not your old name? Like, they wouldn't say...
the old name, obviously. I'm just not saying it.
Okay.
So the Manny 3s, the Manny 4s. And then it got funny because come junior year, everybody's wearing sweats. Everybody actually coming to school now in sweats. Everybody got sweats on. And I'm just looking and I'm like, hold up. I thought you guys were coming for me. And they used to clown me for Adidas. All of a sudden, everybody got Adidas sweats coming to school. The black and white Adidas sweats, the stripes and everything.
But you probably had the wide leg, knowing you.
No, yeah, but they all did at the time.
Okay.
Because I mean that was way back when.
I
I don't.
hate the, I
I
hate
think
the
the
wide
Slim Fit didn't start coming in until a little bit after.
Yo, the day I saw your dad in a slim fit Adidas pants, I was like, nah, not him going into Emmanuel's closet and getting his pants.
Yeah.
I did not think and then you told me, you was like, no, that's
My
it.
dad's pants. Those were not my pants.
Those-
I don't know why you clowning. That would be great if my dad is watching
I
and he hears
hope
this,
he's
right?
not watching. He looks good at it. It's just shocking to me. Like I just didn't expect it to.
Bro, I'll never forget that. So they used to clown me. They used to be like, no, those are the Manny 3s, the Manny 4s, blah, 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 because I always used to come in sweats.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, bro, they used to clown me for kuon, like cola lakai, that soda. Because I used to get it anytime the few
Of
times I
course.
go out for
You
lunch,
still drink it to this day.
that's all I used to get to drink. And they used to call it, oh, he got the bubblegum soda. The bubblegum soda. They used to call
Why
it
is
the
it-
bubblegum soda.
why
I don't
is
know why
bubblegum
cola
soda?
lakai is called bubblegum soda. But that's how they used to clown, they used to clown me for it all the time. But I love my kuon. I don't know Haitians, we love our kuon. All right, I love my cola lakai.
Did you know any other Haitian in your school?
There were no other Haitians in my school.
Yeah.
So it was what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, point of the what I'm trying to say is what I really want to get is I at one point I started to realize people started to wear sweats after I wear sweats, and I'm like, okay, I guess it isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the world will always make you feel like you're less than, regardless, whatever.
Right.
But I think one of the biggest things I think is important before you get into a relationship is to accept who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Who you are, and that's why we read the verse, fearfully and wonderfully made. I want us to understand, guys, the world is not built to build you up. The world was not created to make you feel good about yourself. I promise you. The world is the world. And as long as you are a Christian that is truly serving God for who he is, the world is not going to be there to boost you up. As a matter of fact, the Bible says that in John chapter 15, that God did not reject you. The people don't reject you because of you. They rejected Jesus first. So as a result of rejecting Jesus first, they're going to reject you too.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to accept you if they rejected Jesus. So I feel like it took me time to understand this, but one of the things I had to learn really quickly was, listen, who I am cannot be dictated based on what other people see. Another person may not like you. They don't like the way you look. So what?
Mm-hmm.
I was only going to get married to one person anyway. If everyone else don't like the way I look, why does that bother me?
Right.
If the one person that God has for me, if they like how I look, then I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, the world will condition you to want you to feel like you're the most attractive person. You want to be up there ranked with Michael B. Jordan for being the number one person or most
Sexiest
good-looking,
man.
sexiest man alive, whatever. You want to be up there with Michael B. Jordan. I mean, listen, Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan. You're not Michael B. Jordan. Like, just live your life, do what you got to do, but be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
I want us as Christians to understand there's nothing wrong with being a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, being a Christian is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I promise. Be comfortable in your skin. Be comfortable in who you are, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God did not make two of you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste God's creation by trying to make yourself into your own creation.
But when did that, I feel like you didn't answer this, babe. When did the switch happen?
I told you. I feel like that's when it kick-started, when I kept getting pushed to go get a haircut. Because I feel like when that happened for me, it hit like somebody saw something in me that I never saw in myself.
Mm.
And it wasn't my parents. Like, it was someone else. And I feel like sometimes people don't understand how much it can go a long way when you give somebody a compliment at times.
Mm.
We don't live in a society that does that much. Or we live in a society that if you do compliment somebody, it automatically means you're flirting with them. But sometimes it can go a long way.
Yeah.
Like when Save was at the time was always on me saying, hey, you get a haircut. Like, you're a handsome man. Go get a haircut. You'll see what it can do for you. Like honestly, go out there, get a haircut. Get a haircut. Get a. I mean, at the time, I don't think she really understood, but I really meant. I really think the biggest thing she was trying to tell me was to get a lineup. A shape up, because everyone knows if you get a haircut, honestly, they don't give you a shape up. It's like you didn't get a haircut at all, right? So she was like, go do it. And I didn't really see that about myself or anything like that. And when I started to do that, and it's like, it felt different.
Mm.
Like, I won't lie. The very first haircut I got really felt different.
Mm.
It felt different. And then after that, obviously, I had someone that I was cool with back then. They actually helped me to change my whole closet. And they obviously didn't spend on me, but they kind of took me and they were like, no, let's go and let's get you more into fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's get you more into learning how to get dressed and the importance of getting dressed
And knowing what you like.
and learning what I like. I've gone through a lot of different fashion phases. I'll be very honest.
For sure.
I've definitely gone through a lot. Like, I would have clothes and then throw them out after a year and try something else, try something new.
I think now you're like,
Now I have responsibilities, so I can't do that.
no, I feel like no. Ooh, that's
Oh.
not what I was about to say. I was gonna say
Oh.
I feel like now you're like, I feel like you know what you're pretty set on what you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like there's no more. I feel like you were still trying to figure yourself out, and I feel like now I think you kind of figured yourself out is what I was trying to say, but
No, I definitely
you
did.
took it left.
No, I definitely did. I feel like I had a period. I'll definitely going back and forth, trying to get a feel of what I like. And I remember the person really took me out, took me to. I mean, at the time, obviously, because I was doing such a huge change, I would never go to like any high end stores. I'd find pieces. I care more about the pieces and putting them together because I was learning at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was learning what did I like, what worked well with what colors and all that stuff. All of that mattered.
Now he's a sock king.
Yeah, they got me into socks. And it was funny because back at the time, I remember I used to clown. I used to clown people for socks. I definitely used to clown people for socks. I'm like, what's the point of wearing socks? Well, let me rephrase. What was the point of doing all these colorful socks? Like, I just didn't understand it. I wasn't raised on it anyway. Like, I had the common black, navy, gray, tan, and combo, and that was pretty much it.
Baby.
Yeah, now my wife buys me 4 pair of socks for like $120.
Why are you doing this? I'm just expanding on things that I know that you like. That's it. I'm not doing anything.
My wife is
extra.
very expensive, bro. She got me 4 pair of socks. That was like $120. She got me like 3 boxers that cost $200. I was just like, what is going on?
I don't know why you're putting me on air like this.
Listen,
We're talking about you.
I love you, babe. I love you, babe.
I just want you to make sure that you feel right and comfortable.
Is she 15 or 13? Babe, they want to know how old you are. Are you 15 or 13?
I'm definitely 27. I don't think they're talking about me.
You're 27?
Yeah, I'm 27.
You sure?
I mean, I was born in 1998.
Okay. So, she
I'm not
definitely
balling.
is. No, I agree. I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can see. I'm about to find you guys a picture I can share with you, bro.
What picture? A picture of what? What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm going to find a picture I can show the people.
What are you showing?
I actually can't. Yeah, never mind.
What are you showing? What are you gonna show them?
Don't worry about it.
A picture of all the things that I got you last year for your birthday?
She did a lot for my birthday.
It was your 30th, so like you deserve that. This year I'm gonna be calm and
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
okay.
No, I
Anyway,
promise you. Like literally one gift.
Anyway, so basically, I will say that, we definitely had, I definitely can say that, it was a big moment for me when I first got my very first haircut. And then, like I said, I had someone that kind of pushed me to go out and try different things, try different outfits, try different clothes. And it felt different. Like, treating yourself is important. I would honestly, I do encourage you guys, if you don't treat yourself from time to time, treat yourself. Like, there is nothing wrong with spoiling yourself on occasion.
Don't go too
Obviously, if you
crazy.
have the means. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say, if you don't have the means to feel bad. No. If you have the means, there's nothing wrong with going out one day and spending $200 on yourself, spending $150 on yourself, spending $300 on yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. From time to time, get yourself something. Like, it will help you boost yourself. It will help you feel good. Like, it really does help you feel good when you go out there and you get something for yourself.
And you start looking at yourself different. I promise you.
You start feeling better about yourself. Like, it just makes you feel like a different person. There's nothing wrong with going out there and, you know, okay, like I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it feels good. It feels good to go out there, put on something expensive. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with going out there and feeling good.
Yeah.
Like, go out there, put a jacket on that is not too common. Put on some shoes that you like. Buy
And
some
try
buy
to
yourself
be
some
like,
shoes.
I think that the biggest thing is it's like try to be creative. Like try to find your own style. Like because I feel like a lot of the times we're all just following this one specific trend and it's like you're not being true to yourself. So a lot of the times it's like, all right, all these people are wearing double-breasted suits, right? And you try these double-breasted suits, but it may not suit you the same. Why is Benjamin here? It's not
See, this is the kind of reason why I don't like to leave the thing on in front of you. You get so
okay.
easily distracted.
Okay, so like you may not like you're wearing double-breasted suits, and it's like, all right, everyone's wearing double-breasted suits. I'm gonna wear a double-breasted suit. But then you start to realize, hey, this double-breasted suit is like I'm following a trend, but it doesn't really look good on me. Find something that you would actually wear, like, and find something that you feel like you look at yourself in the mirror and you look good. I wouldn't wear anything that everyone else is wearing just because, oh, this is what everyone's wearing, but it doesn't really look good on me. It doesn't favor me that I'm just going to wear it. Don't do that. Like, wear things that make you feel good, make you, not because of what society is saying. If you look in the mirror and you like what you like, then that's it. Like, there are times where Emmanuel may like look at my outfit and be like, "You look crazy." There's times where my mom says I look crazy, but once I like it, I'm gonna wear it. Like that's how I am, and I think everyone should be like that. To be honest. Anyway, go ahead, baby.
No, I do think it's important I do think it's important, guys, um, to try your best to be more of trailblazers as opposed to followers.
Mhm.
And I feel like one of the reasons why we can never like who we are is because we love to follow trends. We love to follow trends. Like I said, quarter zip is it's an annoying trend. Like, I wish I knew how quarter zip went viral. Like, I would love
Are
to.
you? Do you have quarter zips?
I have a couple. Like, do I wear them regularly?
I
No.
really like your style. Like I like it.
Yeah.
It's giving like white boy cleanup, like white. You know what I mean? Like very put together. You know?
Yeah, I don't do quarters. I haven't wore a quarter zip.
Like I like every time I see you coming from work, I be like, dang, oh man, he look good. There's this one jacket that you wear, I really like it.
I
Like
don't know what jacket you're talking about.
it's this jacket that you got from Zara. It's like this beige jacket. It's like I think it's like velvet.
Oh, yeah, probably the one I wore yesterday.
Yeah. I was like, my man, you look so good.
No,
But yeah,
I do feel like a lot of times we follow trends. And I feel like what kills a lot of us in this world is that
what is he talking about?
if you really want to call yourself a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to have to understand is, as being a Christian, you are not meant to be part of the world and what the world likes and what the world does. And because you're not called
No,
to
no, no,
be,
no, no. It's not that one, Ben. Sorry. Okay.
Because you're not called to be what the world is like, because you're not called to be what the world says, as someone that considers himself a Christian, you're not going to be attractive in the things that the world finds to be attractive, right? If the world has certain trends, let the world have their trends. Let the world have the things that work for them. If the world wants to be obsessed with a quarter zip, then let the world be obsessed with a quarter zip.
But there are some fashion trends that are of the world that, like, I wouldn't say of the world, but they're trending that you may like too.
No, I'm
It's
not. I'll
fine.
never say to not like it. You can definitely like a trend. But I feel like a lot of times people don't like a trend. They like validation,
Mm.
right? People
Oof.
out there, they may not like a trend, but you like feeling accepted.
Mhm.
So, like, for example, I remember I mentioned this last week. We just started a podcast, right? We just started social media.
Mhm.
If our goal was just to go viral, we wouldn't do this.
Yeah. We wouldn't be talking about
Like,
Christianity or
no.
anything like that.
Like, if my wife wanted to go viral, right? Nowadays, any woman that wants to go viral, it's very easy. Like, you don't have to do much as a woman to go viral. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this world is a bunch of thirst traps anyway. You don't have to do much if you want to go viral as a woman.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's the truth. Like, you sell your body, I promise you, you get anything you want.
Or get a BBL.
Like, get a BBL, you good, right?
Mhm.
This is not what the world would do. And I remember, for example, when we do our social media, and those that are responsible for BCS social media, I tell them all the time, I'm not here to follow trends.
Mhm.
We're here to trailblaze a path in the middle of the darkness to break the silence,
Woo!
right?
Go ahead, baby.
And
That's why I love you. Wordsmith.
I'm not,
Wordsmith.
I'm not here to make us feel or to adhere to what is viral in the world.
Mhm.
Like, what's viral in the world is viral in the world. I'm not here. We as Christians should not consider ourselves to be here in order to fit into the trends of this world.
Or adhere to everyone's, like you said, validation.
Yeah,
Like
whatever.
just wanting to be received well, or
Yeah,
like not step on people's toes by not talking about certain things and not, being controversial about certain things, or being controversial to get some sort of traction. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Because I do feel like we as Christians, we tend to hide who we are because we want to fit in what the world offers.
Yeah.
And again, as part of loving yourself and caring about yourself and wanting to be yourself, it's important to understand that the world is the world's.
Mhm.
Let the world do what the world wants to do.
Right.
You should do what you feel makes you the
Happy.
best you
Yeah.
possible. Because a lot of times we are not the best. Like, we don't tend to be the best version of us, because when we try to be the best version of us, it just doesn't work out.
Mhm.
It doesn't work out when we're the best. Like, you have to understand, you cannot be good. You're not going to be good at being anyone else but you.
Yep.
Like, you're only going to be great at being you.
And that's why you should focus on yourself.
Yeah, you have to work on you.
It's hard though. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No,
hard.
it's
It's
not
it's
easy at
not
all.
easy. Like I know that it sounds very theoretical that what we're talking about right now, and practice is really. You okay, baby?
I got itch, man.
You got bit?
No, I just wanted to like scratch. But go
I
ahead.
could have scratched it for you.
No, go ahead, baby.
Um. Yeah, like I think we're talking. What we're suggesting is very theoretical. Like it's hard to put it in practice because um comparison is a thief of all joy. Like we tend to compare ourselves to others and what others are doing. Like one of the things that I used to feel really self-conscious about, even from high school to even college, is the fact that even, well, now I'm like pretty much standstill of like, I don't, it doesn't really bother me and people don't really ask me questions like that. But because I'm Pentecostal and I don't wear pants, like that was something that I had to like deal with. But I embraced the fact that like I don't wear pants. Like it's not my thing, and I'm not judging anyone that does. Like, you know, it's a own personal thing with God, and we're not going to get into the religious aspect of things or spiritual aspect of things today. But like as a young girl, like, you know, wanting to fit in, right? Like you want to fit in and you want to wear these, especially because of the shape that I had. It would have been like girls would be like, dang, you got such a nice shape, why don't you wear pants? You know what I mean? Like, why are you wearing skirts? So but you know, you just have to learn to accept, like, this is my, like, I remember I used to do really stupid things just to feel like I needed to fit in, because of the fact that I didn't want to stand out too much, because of the fact that I was always the girl that was wearing the skirt. Like, people referred to me as the girl that was wearing the skirt. So um just accepting the fact that this is who you are, and this is what you're comfortable with, and this is, like, you know, people now till to this day will ask me like, are you not cold, and all this weird kind of conversation. It's just like, bro, whatever. Like, I'm wearing stockings, you're wearing pants, you're still cold. You know what I mean? I have a coat on, I'm fine, and I'm driving a nice car, so I don't really need to wear too much clothes, anyways, because I'm gonna get hot. So, but yeah, like I think that like it's something that you have to like. It's something that takes time, and it's not something that is done overnight, because these are all theoretical practices that we're saying, like, hey, like, you should believe in yourself, but believing in yourself takes time, and it's a step-by-step process. It's not something that is done like just by just saying it to yourself. It's something that like you have to internalize, and there are other precipitating factors that may cause you to not believe in yourself, like, you know what I mean? Social media, especially, like, for example, like there was a period of time where skinny girls were in. There was a time where thick girls are in, and now it's like the whole slim fit Lori Harvey kind of world. Like, or there's a time where like, you know, sew-ins are in. Now there's a time where wigs are in. Now there's a time of this. Like, you have to learn how to make yourself feel good about yourself without comparing yourself to others. And honestly, social media does a really bad job at that, because we're flooding our minds and like doom scrolling of seeing other people live a certain way and highlight a certain aspect of their lives, and it's like, dang, why is my life like that? Or like, you'll see a couple together and you'll be like, oh my god, why am I not married? Why am I single? Why can I not have this? Or you'll see people post pictures together and, like, you know, and say, oh, couple goals and all this stuff like that, and they're traveling the world and all that stuff like that. But little do you know, you don't know what type of house they're living in. You know what I mean? You don't know all these things, and it's tough. It's honestly very tough to not compare yourself in this world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you go to school and you're like, you know, your parents don't have the funds to fund the things that you would like, and you want to get the new Jordans, or you want to get the new Vans, or you want to get the New Balances, or the Nike Air Fresh, or the Off Whites. Like, you want to get all these fly new things, and your parents saying, hey, I would love to get you these things, but we can't afford it. um you know, I remember when I was in high school, like, there's things that I wanted to get, but like my mom couldn't afford it. And honestly, I used to be like, and then I got a wake up call and I saw that like a lot of these kids that were affording it, and no shade to them, their parents were living in the projects. Like, my mom actually had a house, like she had a mortgage to pay. Like, there's different responsibilities that you have at certain parts of your life. So there are things that you have to consistently tell yourself, and surround yourself with people that also will help you. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be around people that's going to make you see like, oh, why don't you have this? Or, you know, sometimes it's not good to always scroll on social media that often too. Like,
Yes,
because
facts.
it can really, like, I'm not anti social media, because I know that there's pros to it, right? Clearly. Um but I feel like there should be a time limit to it. Like, there should be a time limit on how much you spend on a day. There should be a time limit. Like, don't, because even if you feel like, oh, like I'm above this, like that, the doom scrolling and like looking at it for constant period of time, and like seeing all these couples around Valentine's Day or Christmas, especially the holiday season, and like you see this girl getting all these bags and all these gifts, and like you're like, oh, why am I not this? And like that makes you feel bad about yourself. Am I not pretty enough? If I'm Do I not have longer hair enough, or anything like that? Is my butt not big enough? Like, why don't boys attract to me, and all that stuff like that? All these things, like, maybe spend an hour a day on social media and not 3 hours, because even if you say that you're above it, those things are internalizing in your brain, and they're making you look at yourself a different kind of way. Unless if you just really just look at yourself and just be acceptive of, I am beautiful. God created me this way. God created me wonderfully and beautifully made. And I also do believe, like, this year has been a year for me of transformation. Not just weight wise, but it's honestly something that I had to also realize. Take care of your health. Also, like Emmanuel said, take care of your health. Take care of you. Take care of the things that matter to you. Like, I am a person that I was always insecure about my skin because I have eczema. So I used to Google and research, and I'm a person that likes education and all that stuff like that. So I would look at things that would cause more inflammation on my skin. So I wouldn't eat those things, or I would limit those things so that I won't have a lot of flare-ups. So, because when I was in school, people used to call me Abby Curl, like, because of my curly skin, and I didn't know how to manage it and all this stuff like that. So those things can make you have low self-esteem, but like, honestly, really just take care of yourself. Like, and that's one of the things that I used to tell Emmanuel in the beginning. It's like, it's not even about you appeasing me. It's more so feeling good in your own skin. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my long spiel. Sorry, baby. I know I was chatting for a bit.
No, you good. I do. Like I said, I mean, I agree. I do feel like the world that we live in does play a negative part in us being able to accept who we are. Like, scrolling on social media, seeing one person get 100 likes, another person getting 1,000 likes. Like, it's funny how that like button
Mess with your brain.
messes with who we are. It's funny how when somebody hits a like button on your picture, makes you feel great. It's funny how when somebody shares your post, something that you made originally, not resharing something that you shared, right? It's funny how social media, and I know we speak about social media a lot, but I do think the talking about social media a lot is warranted simply because of the fact that it's a major part in a lot of our lives, right?
This phone.
Yeah, I do feel like it's, I want you to think for ourselves, like, it does mean a lot to people when someone likes your pic. Like, when someone likes something that you put up on social media, it makes, especially if it's someone that you wanted attention from, right? Cloud nine. For example, nowadays, a lot of us people I want you to think about this. When you have a crush on someone, a guy or a girl, what is one of the things that you stalk? You stalk their page. But you don't just stalk their page, you stalk what they like. You stalk their likes. For example, girls nowadays, when they're looking at a guy and they're seeing the guy is just liking a bunch of thick girls' pictures,
Are you skinny?
then you skinny.
You
now,
petite.
now you feel insecure. You feel like he's never gonna like me. He's not gonna like me. Now all of a sudden you put in a bra on with oranges or grapefruits to do whatever you got to do. Your back of your pant, I don't skirt, whatever. I don't know what you put in there to try to look like
There's
something.
girdles and gins
I'm
now that
good.
it
I'm good.
uplifts
I'm
your
good.
booty,
I'm
baby.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't need that, right?
I'm good. All of these things
I'm
that you're
joking.
that you're doing, that you're adding to yourself, all it just to attract attention. And this is what you do.
I'm just interested. Okay, sorry.
So now I do feel like a lot of times we do a lot to get attention, right? We do a lot to get attention. We do a lot to try and find people to get people's attention. And I feel like that is not, I don't think we realize how quickly, when we tell people self love is important, I don't think you understand how easily or how badly it can mess with your mind.
Mhm.
You don't love yourself because someone that you have a crush on doesn't like the type that you are.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden you feel insecure.
Yeah. And
Someone says
this is
some
also leads into like, sorry to cut you off, baby, but plastic surgery. Like why women are doing a whole bunch of things to their faces and bodies
yeah, someone
because, you know, the
someone
validation.
someone out there is they're really, they may not like your color, and now you don't like the color of your own skin.
And now you want to bleach.
You know, the environment that you're in, they don't welcome your skin complexion, so now you want to change it. The world, and I want us to understand, the system that is this world is not designed to make you feel good about yourself.
Sucks.
And
Something's always going to be wrong with you.
the more that you sit and try to seek approval and validation from this world, the more that you're going, the further away that you're going from accepting who you are.
Mhm.
Who you are, no one is going to be fully accepted by everyone.
Mhm.
If Jesus Christ was not accepted by all, there is no way
You are not
that you're
exempt.
going to be accepted by all people.
Mhm.
That's just not happening. Jesus wasn't, so you won't either. Like I said, we all sitting here nowadays, we like to believe that who we are, you know, if one person doesn't like us, we think it's the end of the world.
Mhm.
Guys, I want us to stop seeking validation from things that are not worth your time or attention.
Mhm.
You want to be validated by something or by someone, look to be validated by the God that you serve and you as a person.
Mhm.
Now,
Cuz there are one thing I will say, cuz I just want to like bridge what you're saying. Have you like, I've met people that are not particularly beautiful or not particularly handsome, but because they are filled with the glory of God, they look so beautiful. They look so attractive because like they're not trying to fit in and trying to resemble what is the standard of society, but they're just doing God's work and they're just fulfilling what God has in store for them, and it just makes them look like a very well, like there's a pastor, I looked at him and every time he preaches I'm like, he's not cute, but like, wow, like this man is beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? This man is handsome. He's so attractive, and and I honestly really think that's because of the fact that, um, like when you're not trying, when you feel like your validation is not being stemmed and pulled like a puppet from the world, and it's being pulled by God and His Holy Spirit. Even when you feel like you're not at your best, someone would come up to you and be like, wow, you look gorgeous, you look beautiful today, because God is the orchestrator of who you are. So just trying to feel like you're validated by the world and like doing certain things to get people's attention is like, it's not the best.
yeah, I do feel like we have to I do feel like we have to be a bit more cautious to understanding the importance of accepting you for who you are. And like I said, especially when you get into a relationship, a lack of self-love produces a myriad of problems.
Mhm.
Lack of self-love produces insecurity.
Mhm.
You can tend to be very insecure about yourself.
Mhm.
Nothing, and I want you to understand something. Your partner can't make you secure. They can only help you to not be insecure, but they can't make you secure, if you will.
Mhm.
They can help you be not insecure, right? But they can't make you secure. So what do I mean by that? I mean, they can help you in a sense where they try to make sure that you're not insecure about, you know, who you are and stuff like that. But can they really get you to be 100% secure? They can't.
Mhm.
No one can do that other than you. right? Part of self love and self care, like I said, it's accepting you for you. I don't want anyone here to feel like you're less than because you don't fit the mold that the world portrays to be the ideal person.
Right.
Let the world have its fun describing what a perfect person
Yeah.
looks like.
Because it
Let
changes
the
every day.
let the world do that.
Mhm.
Because again, quarter zips, for example, and I'm gonna keep going back to it. A quarter zip didn't come out yesterday. Like guys, a quarter zips didn't come out yesterday.
Mhm.
They've been there
Mhm.
for a long time. Now the world wants to go back and it's like, oh, quarter zip this, quarter zip that, quarter zip this, quarter zip that. It's been there forever.
Mhm.
Double breasted suits, they did not come out yesterday, right?
They were there in
They
the
were
90s.
there before I was born. They were
Mhm.
there before, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jesus wore double breasted suit to church on Sunday.
All right, let's relax, baby.
Like, double breasted suits have been there for a while. But what happened? The world just is a trend. We live in a trend based society. And guys, I want you to ask yourselves this, right? I want you to think about this for a second. If all you do is follow trends, oh, actually, let me ask you this instead. Would you really feel comfortable marrying or being in a relationship with someone where they heavily follow trends? And here's why I say that. I want you to think about it like this. You get a compliment based on how well you can replicate a trend. But people don't necessarily compliment you for being you.
Mhm.
So what do I mean by that? I wear a double-breasted suit today. I can get a compliment for it.
Mhm.
But let me wear it next year when double-breasteds are no longer in fashion. I wear the same suit. The same people that complimented me will now say you are out of fashion. You're out of style. You
Mhm.
don't look good. You're not keeping up. What changed? The suit didn't change. My physical appearance, let's say for the sake of this argument, didn't change. Your eyes are still the same. Maybe you got some glasses on so to make your eyesight even better. But somehow what you found beautiful last year, you don't find anymore this year?
Mhm.
Why is that?
Mhm.
And a lot of times, like I said, most of us is simply more, it's nothing other than just because of the fact that we are not trendsetters. We're followers.
Mhm.
We like what we see. We like what the world, whatever the world considers to be beautiful, that's what we consider to be beautiful. There was a time where fitted clothes was not it. When fitted clothes didn't exist, was everyone ugly to you?
Mhm.
Because now you telling me that you only prefer fitted clothing, but when fitted clothes didn't exist in this world, are you trying to tell me that everything and everyone was ugly to you? Are you trying to tell me that when fitted clothes didn't exist, all clothes were ugly to you? Then if that's the case, then I'm hoping that back then you didn't buy any clothes because you would sound like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
At the time when you felt like fitted clothes, when fitted clothes didn't exist, but you're telling me fitted clothes is the only thing you like, then I'm going to ask you, what did you wear when fitted clothes were not a thing?
Yeah.
Like, what did you wear? Obviously, you had to have worn non-fitted clothes because that's all that existed.
Yeah.
But what I want you to realize is, as quickly as the world sets trends, you also fall into the trap of wanting that same trend.
Also, like, I remember, like, when I was in high school, like, there was this hip hop group called the New Boys, and, like, everyone was wearing skinny jeans. Like, it was a thing. Like, skinny jeans were very much in style. Then it got to, like, slim fit. And now I'm seeing, like, honestly, like, you will see, like, the, like, people think that, I guess, I don't know if you know him, but, like, the streamer Kai Cenat is, like, such a, I guess fashion person, and now he's wearing like these big wide leg pants that are like too big for him, and like people like he looks fly, like this guy's fashion. But like just to show you like how the world just keeps evolving when it comes to fashion. Like people, like the young girls now, like there was a season I remember, like even like for girls, like there was a season where like darker lipstick toned were in, right? We were wearing the purples, the burgundies, like we were wearing these dark toned lipstick and we were wearing heavy makeup. And now it's like, where let's go back to the 90s and wear like more simplistic makeup and not too like it's a makeup where it's like the makeup no makeup look. Like that's like the most trendiest thing, and like now girls don't wear eyeshadow anymore, and like now there was a point in time where girls were wearing heavy eyelashes, like the big ones, and now they're wearing the skinnier ones. Like these are things that like you'll constantly see there's evolving changes in everything that you do. Like you know what I mean? Like now girls are, they're like now girls are like going back to like the 90s and how the 90s girls used to dress, like very more modest looking. Like now you'll see a lot of girls on the internet, oh, I'm trying to look more modest, I'm trying to look more modest, like I'm not trying to have my like breast and my butt and my legs out, and I'm trying to look more modest. Like I want to be very cute, you know what I mean? I want to give that clean girl aesthetic. Like there are these trends that come in and they wave in and wave out, and you'll just see like there's a constant evolving way. And I mean fashion is evolving, like you know what I mean? And I'm not saying, I don't want it to be like, oh, it's wrong for you to like follow the trend or anything like that. Like I just want that to be clear. Like I don't think it's wrong for you to follow something that suits you, right? I don't think it's wrong for something to suit you, but I just don't think that when you're wearing something that is trendy, like the part that is wrong is that you're seeking validation from the world. I think that that's the part that we're trying to nail. Like stop seeking validation from the world. And that's hard because, you know, there's something about us that we want to be acceptive. We want to be accepted anywhere we go. Like we just want to be accepted. We want to be a part. You know what I mean? And that's why everyone comes up with this term fear of missing out. Like you want to be treated like you want to be a part of something. And honestly, to be a Christian, you have to be set apart. You know what
I
I
think to
mean?
be a Christian, you have to, if you really want to be a true Christian, you have to be comfortable with not being a follower,
Mhm.
right? You have to be comfortable with understanding that what you do, the world probably won't
Yeah.
consider it to be cool,
Mhm.
and that has to be okay with you.
Yeah.
And this is why we say self-care and self-love is important. You know, I think maybe in the future we can talk about a little bit more about, how to go about that, how to go about being confident in you. Because I do think it is important. I
Mhm.
do think it's important as young people to understand how to do that. And I think we do need to feel better about ourselves.
Yeah.
Like the world may not like you, but that's okay.
Mhm.
That means you're doing something right. Like I said, trends are meant to stop and start. And quite frankly, I feel like, you know, trends is like I'm not going to say that they're bad, but I feel like if you are that type of person where every trend can take you
Mhm.
and get on you, there's something wrong.
Mhm.
If you are literally living to follow trends, and that's why, like I said, when I deal with the social media team, I tell them all the time, because obviously on TikTok there's always something trending,
Mhm.
and now they want us, oh, let's do this because it's trending. I'm like, I don't want to fall into that trap.
Mhm.
You know, I want us
Cuz
to
then
be
you're
authentic and to be
yeah.
original and
Mhm.
for us to show who we are the way we are.
And
But
if it
not a
fits the scope,
but
sometimes it fits the scope, but don't
yeah, but I
like
don't I don't really want to get to a point where it's like we're just doing this because hey, this trend is out there, so let's do it.
yeah, and then your page just seems real weird and inauthentic.
And it's no longer the because I think once you start following trends, you're no longer sticking to the vision that you had.
Yep.
The vision of what we had be of what we wanted BCS to be will be gone
Yeah.
if we just base it off of okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this because that's what they're doing. Don't get me wrong, there's certain things, of course, you can use, I mean, hey, there's certain things if you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? If it's already out there and being used, then why would I waste my time trying to do something similar all from scratch? School is the only thing that doesn't like you to plagiarize, but as far as you're concerned, once you get into the real world, they really all for you, using what already exists in order to make things better. So I do think that's important. I do think, like I said, it's 9 o'clock, so we definitely want to field some questions. But I do think I do want us to understand that self love, self care, self esteem is very important. I do feel like we are like we could probably spend a bit more time maybe next week or in 2 weeks to talk about a little bit more about why it's important, because I know we spent most of our time today speaking about how the world can cause us to not be confident. Like the world out there really causes us to not be confident, and the little things that you do on a day to day, the little things that happen on a day to day causes us to lose our confidence. Like I said, I do feel like a lot of times we get so engulfed in what the world offers, we don't realize when it's already taken over our minds and our brains. I think a lot of times we don't realize the point where we lost ourselves. Like it just comes so fast, it happens so quickly that we never really got to a point where we're like, "Oh, snap, I'm no longer thinking the way that I used to think. I'm not doing what I used to do." I want you to think about, for example, every time you have a friend, and once you get a new friend, your mindset changes, your vocabulary changes. You used to have a very clean vocabulary, but because you met that one friend that curses all the time, all of a sudden you start cursing. You get that one friend, and then your walk changes. You're no longer walking the same way because you're thinking your walk is outdated, and the way they're walking somehow looks better than yours. So you decide that you want to walk like them, right? And for some odd reason in this world, for some reason, it's always the Christians that end up following the non-Christians instead of vice versa. For some odd reason in this world, we as Christians, we're the ones that are changing who we are in order to make ourselves look cool and appealing to the world, as if we are trying to sell ourselves, or we're trying to do our best salesman or saleswoman impression to get no. And a lot of times we fail to understand that doesn't help.
That's that herd mentality.
Yeah, it doesn't help us. I want us to be able to really look at ourselves and be comfortable with you, because like I said, if you're not you, there will never be another you. If you're not being the best you, there will never be a you out there.
And you
No
miss
one
the
else.
opportunity to be unique.
Yeah, no one else can take your position. No one else can take your spot. You're the only you out there. And if you're not willing to be that you, then I'm gonna be honest. It's just like, what's the point? So like I said, maybe we can talk more about that later. Because like I said, I feel like we definitely spend most of our time talking about why, self love and self care, like how the world really stops us from being the best us we can be. And I don't want us to let the world continue to stop us being the best us. Like we are who we are. So let's try our best to be that. Don't let the world make you into who the world wants you to be. But I want you guys to be willing to be the best you instead. I think that's more important. Um, so
Question
we're gonna field some
time.
questions. We want to make sure that we hear from all of you guys and try and field as many questions as we can. So we are going to field some questions that we got. Hopefully, um, hopefully, like I said, okay. So we have some. So let's try and go through these questions. Number one, why does knowing your worth change who approaches you? You could take it first.
Um, I think that knowing your worth changes who approaches you because it already comes across as you have a certain standard and you would not hit below that standard. I think the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk does attract certain people in your life. And I do think that, I think that, like, for example, a person that is, I won't say beneath you, but basically knows that they can't connect with you won't approach you. Like, they won't they won't be able to connect with you if they have you guys have nothing in common. So it's not even worth their time. Right. So, like, I know this person. I know two people, and he liked this girl, and he always liked her, but he told me, like, hey, I would never want to pursue anything with her because she's wife material. Like, I'm not even gonna mess with her because I already know that I'm not even at that level yet. I'm not even where I want to be, and I'm not even gonna try to mess with that. So we could continue to be friends, but it's never gonna be more than friends because I know that I'm not ready for that. And there's a certain level of energy that you attract by being who you are and being authentic to yourself and knowing that you're not going to lower your standard. Now, if she was a woman that carried herself like a lot of these women in the world and want to, you know, just lessen herself and just want to have sex with him and do all these different things with him, then he wouldn't see her and value her the way she does. That's why I think it is.
I don't think there's a whole lot I can add to that.
Dang, babe.
Um, but I think one of the biggest things that I think knowing your worth causes you and forces you to carry yourself a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And carrying yourself a specific way, exuding an appropriate level of confidence, will change how people see you. You know, like I tell my wife all the time, like my wife's story just kind of said, a man knows who's a good time and who's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They know. Like, we know. Like, you can look at a woman and you get a gist already from the jump. Now, of course, don't get me wrong. Sometimes they don't lie when they tell you not to judge a book by its cover. They don't lie about that. But there's definitely some times that, you know, I want to say most of the time is right. Like, if I want a good time, probably hit up a club. If I want a long time, I mean, am I going to a club? Probably not. The library, or now with this whole quarter zip thing, you got to go and find people on LinkedIn, a bunch of nonsense like that,
You're annoying.
right? You know the environment that you know, right? When you know your worth, you don't sell yourself short.
Mm-hmm.
You don't allow people to buy you at a discounted rate,
Mm-hmm.
right? You tell people you want me, you better come correct
I wouldn't say church.
and be ready to pay the full price. Be ready to understand that if you want to be with me,
Yeah.
this is who I'm coming
It's
as.
coming. It comes with the standard.
And I'm not dropping who I am for you,
Yeah.
right? For example, the just by simply saying no to a guy that wants to have sex with you and you say no to him, that alone can make certain people stay away from you.
I feel like too, babe. And then this is from my analysis of younger females. They're very impressionable. Like, everything to them is like a big thing. Like, you know what I mean? They're very impressionable. Like, if a guy comes in a car, or if a guy is like, you know, buys them this one thing, like, automatically it's like, oh man, I like him, and he's like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys don't even let this. There's no chase anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you guys just are impressed by the very minute details of a guy, and I think that also shows your lack of self-esteem. Because if you really believed in yourself and you really valued yourself, that little purse that he bought you, that little that car that he got is not gonna really impress you like that, because you know, like, hey, there's gonna be a day I'm gonna have my own car. There's gonna be a day I'm gonna have my own success. But I think that you're so impressed by these minor things that a guy just gives you some sort of attention and automatically you feel like you need to drop your panties to the ankle. So I think that that's like the biggest thing is like we're so impressionable. Like we want to be wanted. And I think that that also kind of correlates with your um valid, like needing to be validated, and also correlates with the fact of you probably lack self-esteem.
I'll also say one last point before we move on to the next question. I'll also say that I do feel like a lot of times one of the things that I feel like low self-esteem can do to people is it makes you feel that you're not good enough to get a partner that meets your quote unquote requirements.
Yeah.
And as a result, you do whatever you need to do. You drop yourself, you drop your standards as low as possible in order for you to be able to get with this person. So, like, for example, if you meet a guy that you really like or that you find very attractive, because you don't you and you see that that person is giving you even 1% of their time, instead of making them work for you, you make their life as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Just because of the simple fact that you feel like, you know what, if I play hard to get, I don't think I'm worth playing hard to get.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I say this with all honesty. When I speak to some of the young ladies in the church group, I tell them all the time, like, no, don't play easy to get. Don't do that. You should play hard to get.
Yeah. Don't play like you're too accessible.
No, don't make it seem like all they got to do is say, "Babe, I love you," and you ready to like
Yeah.
give it up. Don't know.
Yeah.
Playing hard to get is good.
And I think also just believing in yourself too. Like I don't want to harp on this too long because I know we got to go to the next question, but just believing in yourself. Like I don't know. I feel like me and this girl was like joking the other day, and I'm like, I would never admit in public that I like a guy without that guy admitting first. Like I just feel like it just shows like you kind of lack somewhat of a self-esteem issue. Like I'm not claiming anyone that doesn't claim me. Like if a guy tells me, hey, like if you try to talk to a guy, because hey, we live in a different world. If you try to talk to a guy and he tries to say, oh, you should talk to this person, and you still try to pursue that guy and still talk to that guy, you lack some self-esteem, my friend, because you're just trying to seek validation, and like all of that is like it could be bad, at the in the long run. But anyway, go ahead, baby.
Yeah. Um. We have. There's a couple other questions that we have that I think was very similar to what we just asked. I'll just read them just for everyone's sake. Why does healing change the attention you get?
Hmm?
Why does healing change the attention that you get?
Oh, you want us to answer it or no?
You can. I do think it was somewhat similar.
Yeah, it's similar. I think
Yeah.
that when you are good with self and okay with self, and you're aligned with God in a certain way that He's created you, and you've healed from your past, and they don't reflect the decisions that you make, people just start to look at you differently. And it's the same rabbit hole of what we just talked about. So
Yeah, I think just healing. I'll say it like this. Think about it like this. When you go, I want you to think about someone that you find real attractive, right? Someone that you think looks really good, and think about them. And then I want you to ask yourself, that person that you find really attractive, if they were a bum on the street, would you find them just as attractive? More like if you're gonna be honest with yourself, the answer is gonna be no. If they were a bum on the street, they're not well taken care of, raggedy and everything, you would say no. So what changed? Their appearance. That's all. It's just something about appearance that we. I mean, people like to say yes, man. I'm not going to say we're carnal. Yes, I agree, but everyone's carnal as far as I'm concerned to an extent, right? So, no, definitely your appearance definitely like when you come off as someone that is put together, that goes that goes far, especially in the eyes of mankind. Mankind loves something that's put together, that's nice, that looks good. Mankind loves that. So that's the way. That's the example I'll give. The analogy I'll give for something like that.
I totally agree with what you said, Natalie. Demons can smell trauma. They can.
That's not tell.
Oh, I thought it was Natalie. Oh yeah, demons can definitely smell trauma. Agreed.
Then someone asked, "Do people treat you differently when you finally love yourself?" I think we kind of answered that already. Someone asked, "How do you think your younger self would see you right now?"
I think that's a question for you, baby. Go ahead, answer that, my
You can
love.
answer it. Go ahead.
No, I
You
feel
can
like
go first.
I think that she will be shocked. Cause like this is not what she expected her life to be. So yeah, I think she will laugh.
Um, I think that if my younger self saw me now, honestly, I think my younger self would maybe get some hope that you can change your life around.
Things can turn.
You can definitely change your life around. There's hope. You just have to be willing. If as long as you're willing, then anything else can come after. But you have to be willing. You definitely have to be willing. Um, how do you take that first step of having self love or self confidence after being down for so long?
Go ahead, baby. I can't, why do you always make an answer first?
Go ahead, bro. They say ladies first.
Um, I think that I don't know. Like I feel like this is a tough question because it's like I don't want to sound so like theoretical and religious and all these things. So like I do feel like there are I think this sounds so controversial what I'm saying. I think those points in your life where you are down and out are necessary. I think they're important. Like I think everyone should have a point in your life where they have a suffering or they have a burden or they feel down about themselves. I think it's important. Like I think it builds character. I think though that in your deepest darkest moments and when you feel like want to you want to get up but it's like you don't have the energy to get up, I think just putting one foot in front of the other sometimes is like the biggest step, and start off small. Don't do something really big and try to make an explosion, but more so like, you know, go out and just buy yourself your favorite coffee and then start from there. Like do something very small to make yourself happy, and then over time you would realize how you value yourself more than you think. I think that that's kind of the best way to get up from those darkest times is like, you know what I mean? But I do feel like I pray that in your darkest times that you have a good village that can see you in your dark moments to be able to be like, hey, there's this one person that comes up to you and speaks up to you and says and speaks life into you. Like Emmanuel said earlier in the conversation that during that deep dark moment he like he found people, or people found him to pull him out of that rot. It may have not been completely, but it was a start. And then over time, he was able to get himself up to where he wants to be. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think taking the first step, I think, is a matter of understanding that it's going to be a process. You should definitely look for small wins,
Hmm.
small W's. Don't sit here and trying to make a big splash from the jump.
Yeah.
You can't swim yet.
Hmm.
You're probably still using a floaty, which is okay. I think what matters most is not a matter of are you going to just be willing. It's not just a matter of can you. No, but I think it's also. I think what matters more is are you a. I mean, assuming that if you want to make that first step and you feel like you're ready, which means that you probably had some switch in your mind that okay, I should try to take
Hmm.
more care of myself. Then again, it's the small things. Like I would say, do something. Like my wife said, do something that makes you feel different.
Hmm.
Do something that makes you feel like you're doing. Like, you know what? I'm doing this for me.
Hmm.
I don't care what anyone else has to say.
Hmm.
I'm doing this for me. If people like me for it, great. People hate me for it, great. But I'm doing this for me.
I feel like there was a switch with you, though. Like, there was an ultimate switch with you. Like, you became very confident in yourself.
No, I wouldn't even say that for me, because I wouldn't say that I will never say that I feel like I've hit that point. I feel like I've hit the point. I feel like I got to a point where I just don't care what people have to say.
Hmm.
I feel like that point, yeah, I do feel like I hit that point
And you
where,
take care of yourself. Like, you actually take care of the deep, like, the inner details of Emmanuel.
yeah, because I feel like that for me doing that, I'll be honest, I don't, it would, I wouldn't completely associate it with having supreme confidence.
Hmm.
Again, for one, I just stopped caring what people had to say about me.
Hmm.
Like I think the biggest switch was realizing that no matter what I do in life, people will talk.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? If that's the case, if that's going to stay constant, then let me worry about the things that I can change and
Adjust.
affect.
Yeah.
And I just started feeling better about myself doing little things. And I just did them.
What was your first little thing?
Like I said, my haircut.
Mm. After like, and then it was like clothes and stuff like that.
The slow build, slow change.
Okay.
But I do feel like the very first time, like I said, the very first time I got a haircut, I do feel like that made things a bit different. For me at least. I do feel like that made me start to see myself differently, look at myself differently, all that kind of stuff. I do feel like all that played a part. But definitely, yeah, my first haircut definitely. Um,
So when did you get into like colognes and all these things?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Just curious.
But yeah, I think that's baby steps. I definitely think baby steps are important. Um, let me see if there's more.
No
Okay,
scenarios.
someone asked in Psalm 139, when we read Psalm 139, verse 14, it says, "For I am fearfully and wonderfully made." What does the Bible mean here by fearfully? There we go.
Pastor Emmanuel.
Um, it says, yeah, the Bible says, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Again, this is speaking on the um aspect of of who the author is, who created you. And God created you fearfully and wonderfully. God is proud of who he made.
Mm.
When he created you, he's proud of what he did. And it hurts God every time he sees us not appreciate his work.
Mm.
And I feel like that's one thing as Christians that we should always keep in mind. Low self-esteem as a Christian, it hurts God.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts God because he created you. You are his masterpiece. He is Picasso, you are his Mona Lisa.
Mm.
You are the one that he created. He did it. And he's fearful and proud about, I did that.
Yeah, you are
And
you are the clay, he's the powder.
yeah, and now he's looking at you like, do you not see what I did? Do you not see who I created?
Yeah.
Do you not take joy and pride looking at what I did?
Yep.
Because I take joy in it.
Mhm.
I created you, and I'm happy with what I created. But it saddens me to feel like you don't appreciate what I did.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell people all the time, I'm not, tonight is not I'm not here to preach about, certain things, but I will tell you that it does hurt God every time that you make adjustments to yourself as if you're telling God what you did wasn't enough.
Mm.
It does hurt him when he feels like the natural you that I created seems to not be enough for you.
Mhm.
It does hurt him when he looks at you and he's like, I created you black, but you seem to think that the black I created on you wasn't good enough.
Mhm.
So now you want to be white. It hurts him when he says, I created you with this shape, but you feel like now I'm going to go and change it to be this shape instead.
Mhm.
That hurts him. It does hurt God when he sees those things because God he looks at you like, well, I thought I did better. I thought I did well in who I created and what I created. I thought I did well with that.
Mhm.
And now I'm looking at you and looking and seeing that you don't appreciate what I did.
Yeah.
And that hurts him.
Yeah.
And I do think that as Christians, we should always look and understand when you do something, how does God take it? Does he like it? Does he dislike it? Does he enjoy it? Because at the end of the day, being Christian, one of your biggest goals should be to please God,
Yeah.
right? So you should always be interested in knowing how does he feel about the things that you do. So
I think
God
even
said fearfully. So if he says fearfully, it's because he's proud of what he made.
mhm.
The
He took
question
pride in
is,
it.
are you going to uphold? Are you going to acknowledge? Are you going to appreciate God's creation?
Mhm. I agree. I totally agree. When you were saying that, I was thinking about when we took that pottery class and how much patience and time it took for us to be able to create something, and like all the pieces that we had to create and add on, and like we had to be creative on the things that we had to add on if we wanted this and we wanted that. And I'm thinking about when God thought about us, how it took him time, it took him patience to really figure out and mold you to what he decided you wanted to be in this world, and what kind of ministry you would lead, and the type of personality you will have, and all these things he tries to mold you. And like, I remember like us doing the pottery class, and like I had to reshape because it wasn't going in the direction that I wanted it to go, and then I had to restart it over again. And like I thought the class was going to be so much easier than like than I anticipated. And to think about how God takes his time with us. Like he is the potter and we are the clay, and he's molding us and shaping us and doing all these things. And then we decide and we look at the finished product, and imagine like we spend I think like a pottery class is like about an hour, 2 hours, and you spend imagine God spending all his time with you, more than 2 hours, to create you. And you look at that creation and you just throw it away in the garbage, or you just realize, oh, this is not good enough. I can imagine God being upset
Yeah,
and sad.
we definitely hurt God's feelings every time we basically show God, you know what? We don't know how much time you spent creating me, but don't really like it.
Hmm.
So we're gonna try something else.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that hurts him. So I do think, as the Bible says, you are fearfully made in His image. So
Hmm.
don't take that lightly.
Hmm.
Like don't try to tell God that you made a mistake. indirectly with your actions,
Yeah.
because a lot of times we do that.
Mhm.
We indirectly tell God that you made a mistake in how you created us in the way that you created us.
Mhm.
So I do think that's something that we should, be cautious of.
Do you want to do one more question and then we're done?
No, I think that's all the questions that we got. Or okay, maybe not. I don't really understand this question.
Let me read it.
They said, when everything I usually rely on is stripped away, such as achievements, appearance, and relationships, who am I before God?
Mm. Who he tells you to be, who he says you are. That's how I think about it. When you strip away everything of this world and strip away everything, you know, that, the society says you are, like, I think, you know, what God tells you who you are. Because he's the author and finisher of our path. He's the author and finisher of our path. So I think who he tells you that you are, and, you know, and that also just requires, like, I feel like we keep going back to the same circle of that also requires you having a relationship with Christ. Like, for you to know who he sees you in his kingdom. Like, are you the finger? Are you the ear? Are you the nail? Are you the toenail? Are you the palm of his palm? Like, who he says you are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should look at the achievements or all those kind of things as, you know, who that we shouldn't look at those as.
Defined us.
Yeah, we shouldn't look at those as what makes you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just added stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are just things that God gave you and you're blessed to have. But I don't think we should look at it as you strip those away and who's left. No, it should be more so you know who you are and those things are added onto you.
Mm-hmm.
Those things come and they meet you, but they shouldn't. I don't think you should look at them as those being the things that make you who you are,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not. They don't make you who you are. You are who you are without those things. Those things may add to you. That's like, for example, someone that is a pastor. I want to say, if I strip away the pastor, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It should be who you are, and then the pastor just comes on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
but not. Shouldn't it shouldn't I wouldn't say it should influence who you are or what you are in any shape or form. Like, you are who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you should be happy with that.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think that's all the questions that we had, so we'll probably stop it there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think we should stop it there. I think we're good. All the questions. Again, if you do have more questions, you can let us know. We can try and add them on later on in a subsequent episode. But for now, I think that is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we didn't do too bad on time. It's 9:33, so I don't think we did too bad on time. But I do want to remind everyone, please make sure that if you haven't already, if you did not get your merch, like I said, guys, it's not too late. It will never be too late. Definitely order. We're happy to see, well, personally, I'm happy to see everyone that's out there wearing the merch, getting the name of BCS out there. It's
Mm-hmm.
really cool to see. It's really nice to see. I want us to continue to do that, continue to grow the brand, and we're going to keep seeing how we can do that, to make our lives better, to make BCS better, to
Mm-hmm.
get the name of BCS out there.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, if you haven't gotten your merch, definitely put in your order so that you can get. And for those, if you got
Be
a text,
trailblazers with us and wear these breaking Christian silences so you can have conversations when people stop you in the street.
yeah, and if people, and if you've already received the text, then understand and remember that your merch is available for pickup. You don't have to wait all the way to the 20th, but it is available for pickup if you want. You can definitely pick it up as long as you got a text that your merch is available. So we definitely encourage you to get your merch. And again, wear it out there. Don't just wear it in your house. Wear it outside. Get it outside. Get the name outside.
I know it's
And let's
cold now, so
continue.
people are wearing like their coats, but I'm pretty sure like if you're going somewhere and you take off your coat, people will
Yeah,
see.
you can have your crew necks. Have a, I know people. Not many people will be wearing t-shirts in this weather. I understand, but a crew neck, a hoodie. I mean, I'm pretty sure people out there wearing your crew necks. You're wearing hoodies, even if it's under a jacket. Definitely get it out there. Get the name out there, guys. We want to continue to grow BCS. And as always, if you did not already register for RSVP for December 20th, please do. Please do so. We want to see you guys there December 20th. We're hoping for it to be a big, popular event. We want it to be, obviously, it's our very first one, but we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it as our very first BCS event. We can't wait to see, what we have in store. So we're waiting. We're waiting to see what comes in store. But again, BCS, guys, BCS Live 2025. Please RSVP ASAP. All right, RSVP ASAP. We can't wait to see you all there. And we're hoping to have a great time, guys. Next episode, we'll introduce the topics that will be discussed that day, because we definitely want to get as much questions and feedback beforehand. So next episode, we will explain a little bit of what we'll talk about. There will be nothing next week. So our next episode will be in 2 weeks, which I believe is December 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. That's when our next BCS will be. So there's nothing next Tuesday, I'm sorry. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Be thankful. Be thankful. God is the reason for the season. So make sure you are being thankful. But enjoy the time with your friends and family. Have fun. Yeah. So make sure if you want to buy, again, as you know, the links are in the description. I think they were very early on in the chat. If you scroll up, I do believe they were mentioned early in the chat. But also the links should also be in the description, so you can definitely look in the description of this video. You'll find the links to buy merch, to purchase merch. But yeah, we're excited. We're excited. We're excited. We're excited. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. But on that note, we'll pray to end, because I know it's late. People are tired, so we can pray to end, and we'll let you guys go.
Dear Heavenly Father, we worship you, we exalt your name, we magnify your name, Lord God. We thank you, Lord God, for this episode of BCS. We ask you, Lord Heavenly Father, for us to believe in your word and trust in you, O God, and know that, Lord God, we are fearfully and wonderfully made by Christ. And Lord Heavenly Father, here's our week we have before you, O God. We ask you that you mend us and mold us into the women and men of God that you want us to be, Lord God. I ask you that you cover us and protect us, Lord Heavenly Father, Lord God, and continue to provide for us in ways that we don't see fit. But God, we thank you, we worship you, and we hope everyone has a blessed week in Jesus' name.
Amen and amen and amen. May God bless you guys. Again, remember, we're breaking the silence one conversation at a time, guys. So definitely continue to help us. Continue to brand BCS out there. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God cover you. May God protect you. May God continually be there for you guys. All right. God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless you all. Have a great, great, great rest of your night, guys. And we look to see you in 2 weeks. Remember, no BCS next
Happy
week, guys.
Thanksgiving.
So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. All right? So again, God bless you all. And we'll see you guys.
Happy
Thanksgiving to you
Thanksgiving. Woo woo.
all. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy, 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 enjoy.